KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sacktown Sports.
It's time. It is that time. Time for Stiles and Watkins.
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140. Find us on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140.
It's time for Allen Stiles and Chris Watkins.
Yes. On a Wednesday, maybe a Wasabi Wednesday, Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports, taking you up to 2 p.m. Nate behind the glass for us today. Plenty to get into as we break down. So, Chris, is the name of it? It's the California Classic, but it's a special game today? Is it still the California Classic?
That's a good question. I actually don't know if this is the only game going on today for the Summer League. I'm pretty sure it's still part of the California Classic, but we're still new to this too. So no, there are some other games going on before that. So it's all counting under the California Classic umbrella, but we know that this is the game that's bigger than any other. The game that the fans have been clamoring for years, right. And it's the real battle of NorCal. And we're sending our best and brightest to go bring the trophy home.
I got to be honest with you. It's pretty annoying to look up this preseason stuff. I mean, Google just doesn't associate itself with it.
Yeah.
You can't find the names. You got to go to different websites to get the games and the game times and things like that. It is a bit confusing, but hey,
NBA.com's your friend.
NBA.com is your friend, and it'll be a great game tonight. We have the updated rosters for you. And look, they're going to be looking to win, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's preseason, play-in, the beginning of the season, whatever it is, the Kings and the Warriors, it's almost a stipulation in the NBA that the Kings and the Warriors have to play
Classics
in some
only.
capacity 18 times a year. So we will get into all that, and not that isn't the main course because it is here in Sacramento. But as far as the big boys and what they got going on, Kawhi Leonard is out as far as Team USA, and Team USA replaces Kawhi Leonard with another Celtic, but it is not the second highest paid player in the league and reigning finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. It is Chris's favorite player, Derek White, to replace Kawhi Leonard, and trying to figure out if there's a little bit of drama going on there. We'll break all that down, but this is what Team USA had to say. Kawhi has been ramping up for the Olympics over the past several weeks and had a few strong practices in Las Vegas. He felt ready to compete. However, he respects that USA basketball and the Clippers determined it's in his best interest to spend the remainder of the summer preparing for the upcoming season rather than participating in the Olympic Games in Paris. And I'm going to say this, Chris. I would stay far away from Kawhi Leonard in any capacity. And if I'm Steve Ballmer, you don't have a choice, but you're probably, my guess, my hot take on the day to start the day is that we're a year away from Steve Ballmer and the Clippers organization trying to get a treasure chest, a Danny Ainge type of deal, and move off of Kawhi Leonard.
You're not getting a Danny Ainge deal for Kawhi Leonard.
You don't think anymore?
No, there's no way. I mean, who's signing up for that? I mean, you can't trade.
There's a sucker boy, Trent Redden, the Clippers GM. You don't think Trent Redden can find somebody to get it done?
Who is going to give up anything substantial? Who's going to give up anything in the future for somebody who we don't know? I mean, he literally can't play. He didn't play in the playoffs, and he isn't ready for the Olympics. And so I don't know what you're realistically expecting to get if you're trading for Kawhi. Like, I mean, of course, I won't say he's at Zach LaVine territory of untradeable, but I seriously think you're going to really struggle to find a significant deal that the Clippers are going to feel like is worth trading off a guy who has the talent Kawhi does, but he's not available. And I think it's crazy that this dude, I mean, I understand completely why he's taking himself out of this conversation, but like, Kawhi Leonard's the only person who preparing for the season means not playing basketball, right, so that he can just be healthy for the actual season. So I think it's very Kawhi that this is happening and that it's 4 days into this Team USA camp or whatever, and he's already kind of bowing out. It's not unexpected, but it's just like, I don't know what you can realistically expect from Kawhi Leonard. And that's why I think the Clippers are going to be I won't say a clown show next year, but I think that they're definitely not going to be a team that's nearly as scary as they were last year.
Is there a world, hang with me now.
Yeah.
Is there a world where, let's say, Kawhi doesn't start the season and Kawhi doesn't start the season and you open Intuit Dome with Derek Jones Jr. as your headliner and Norman Powell, who we like, but that's another team of role players.
Yeah. Don't forget James.
James Harden. So it's James Harden world, and they're respectable. Kawhi Leonard, it starts to get close to the trade deadline. Kawhi Leonard ramping up, starts to play not too soon before the trade deadline starts, and he starts cooking.
So you're saying he starts the season hurt?
I'm saying it's yes, some version of that. Or we could say he is ready for the season and he's balling. If I'm the Clippers, I start thinking about, look, we opened it up. We just don't see this. We're not a championship team. Right. And Kawhi is actually playing right now. A sucker is born every day. Scared money don't make no money. Let's make some moves. I think they could find. Now, will you get 18,000 draft picks or whatever it is? Maybe not, but maybe you could convince one of these teams to give up some young talent and kind of say, hey, we're going to grow this talent from within. I think there is a world. My bigger point is that's what I would do. That's not to say anybody would take him, but if I'm the Clippers, I know you got to open the Intuit Dome, but I've never been high on Kawhi Leonard, and it's not his fault, but health is wealth, and maybe that's not so true because Kawhi Leonard's bank account is quite healthy.
Yeah, very.
But the best ability is availability, and I'm done with Kawhi Leonard. I'm done.
You should be. You absolutely should be. I think that the smartest people are done with Kawhi in terms of at least banking on him. It's like Zion. I mean, it's Zion. Yeah. It's waiting for Embiid to finally be healthy through a playoff run. It's just, yeah, go ahead. You could, like, nobody's saying it's that they're bad players, but it's just a bad bet to make. Like, you can just make much better options you can make much better choices with your opportunity or with your options. Like Kawhi, I'm looking at his contract right now. I said he's not Zach LaVine, but he's making Zach LaVine money. He's literally on the 3 years, $150 million left on his contract. Nobody's taking that. I just can't see anybody willingly in this second apron world. You're not going to take on a star that you're not sure is going to be there. Like, that's a huge 35% of the cap Kawhi Leonard is taking up this season just by himself. There's no way you can realistically have Kawhi Leonard, have another star, and then have enough depth to supplement when Kawhi is going to be out. It's just a terrible bet to make. And, I know that this is in the name of him being healthy for the actual regular season, but to me, it's more just proof that this guy can't stay healthy for any stretch of time. And, he's kind of taking himself out now so that he can so that he can kind of get hurt later. Like, I don't think anybody, we were talking about the starting lineups yesterday for Team USA. I don't think anybody realistically would have thought that Kawhi Leonard was going to make it through the Olympics unscathed if he was going to play, significant minutes for these guys. I think he was always going to kind of be a mercenary if he was going to play. And, I think that even that was a bit of a fever dream, clearly.
So he's out, and now Derek White is in. We will have a little bit more of that drama, if you will. Also, Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, who is helping out with Team USA, has some really high praise for Keegan Murray. We have that audio for you as well. But yeah, it's just a tough situation, man. Also, a tough situation with the Sac Republic. They are now out of the Open Cup. They lose yesterday to the Seattle Sounders in a really, really chippy game. I was watching on Apple TV because Apple TV has that deal with with MLS, and it was clear as day. I mean, it was a great watch.
Stream?
Yeah, the stream was a great watch, but it just the Sac Republic couldn't get it together, and they're out. They scored early in the second half. It was already 2-0 going into the second half, and they could not get the biscuit in the basket to tie it up. But good game, good run from the Sac Republic, and we know that they will be back.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the fact it was the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or it was
yes.
I mean, the fact that they're even making it that far, like, we are a bit spoiled here to this is still a USL team. And I know, obviously the MLS is the bigger league, but the USL is definitely on the come up for sure in terms of its quality. But I think it shouldn't be taken for granted that the Republic have made it this far consistently every single time in this Open Cup. And, it really is just a testament to, even though they're not at the biggest level per se in the MLS, they are more than capable of competing at that level. And, it just makes you excited for I'll just say when these guys eventually do become an MLS squad, that they have the infrastructure and they have the personnel in the front office that clearly can identify talent. And I think that they're doing a fantastic job over there at Sac Republic, and they have really since they started that thing.
Yeah, so they'll be back. It was still a good time, it seemed like.
Sure,
I mean, we're watching it, and Wifey was saying, man, I mean, it is jumping in there.
Yeah.
It looked lit in there. And we know that our boss was in the building. Jose was repping it. He had his Sac Republic hat. Yeah. So it seemed to be a good time. And I know everybody had a good time out there. The Sac Republic will be back, and we will be back. Coming up next, we get into the Kings ceiling Team USA drama. Kevin Huerter, Monty McNair had some things to say about Kevin Huerter. That's at 11 o'clock. Maybe Kevin Huerter will stay. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
This segment is brought to you by Kia Vacville. Check them out at KiaVacville.com.
Michael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
1 o'clock on the dot today for your chance to win Lou Graham tickets. The original voice of Foreigner is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. Nate will pick the caller today to score that pair of tickets and check an unforgettable night of Southern Rock, courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. So, Chris, we were talking about the Battle of NorCal a little bit, and we'll get into the roster changes and, we got to get the juices flowing. It's been a while since we broke down a game or did a little pre-game to a game because the season has been over. So we'll have some fun with that at 1:15. But they're calling it the Battle of NorCal. We have DeMar DeRozan, who we talked about the SoCal NorCal thing. There is a rivalry. How many rivalries are there in California? Because you have NorCal versus SoCal, but then you have Sacramento, Super NorCal versus the Bay Area. And I would assume in SoCal, you have San Diego versus LA, and I'm sure the SenCal, where Jose, our boss, I'm sure Fresno says, don't forget about us, and SenCal. How many rivalries are there in California?
7. That was a Whitey answer right there.
Well, that sounds
That was a
like
Whitey
it.
answer.
I mean, he's
I
probably
have no
right.
idea. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, everybody's got their. I think it's a turf war.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's got their set that they gonna rep. You
That's
know,
right.
and I think that's just kind of how it is here. You know, everybody's kind of got their own little thing going on. I'm sure people. You know, we never hear from the people in Tahoe, but I'm sure they're not thrilled
right.
about all of us just invading their land every time it gets a little hot here or something like that.
Well, I'm sure we do
You
hear
know,
about
I
it.
mean, why is there no Tahoe professional team? Why is there not a Tahoe?
That would,
hockey
I mean,
team or
a
something, you know?
Tahoe minor
Probably
league
because
baseball
nobody
team
would
or
be there to
something.
support, but it's
that
fine.
ball would fly.
Elevation.
That
yeah.
ball would fly.
Yeah. Put it in the middle of Lake Tahoe. Have it split between the two states.
I think they did that with I think the NHL had an all-star game that was in Tahoe or something, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
right. The
That would be
Olympics
awesome.
were at
Yeah.
Donner in the 70s, I believe.
Yeah.
I had a family member compete extended.
Wow, Nate.
Yeah.
Bloodline.
Little
A
light
Nepo,
flex.
Nepo
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, that's how you
Nepo
got this
Nate.
job, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Are
Are you guys just talking about rivalries between not sports
Just anything.
specific? Okay.
Anything.
Because I'd say the worst one sports wise, probably in California, is Giants Dodgers, right?
Yes.
Like that one gets out of control.
Yeah, because
I
I
know
think
Raiders Niners used to get,
Used to. That's over.
Yeah.
and obviously it's over. Yeah,
We're
but
going over
even
in the
though,
chat
I
about
I don't know.
that.
Even now,
yeah, why
it
did
still
Dave
feels like
call
it's
Raider fans booger eaters?
he's a
I don't even think
booger
you
eating
should,
Niner
yeah.
fan.
The chat is getting a little hot Niner Raider right now.
Ooh,
again,
okay.
a
Dave really
little
set it
spicy.
off. Okay.
But it carried over from the previous. But if you want to
Yeah.
check that out, YouTube, Sacktown Sports 1140.
If
It's getting hot.
you ever want to have a rivalry conversation, and you want to play the hits, obviously Kings Warriors, that's my personal favorite for a multitude of reasons. But the idea, and whether or not about who's better, just whether or not it is a rivalry, that's my favorite. But number one, it's still Raiders night. I think a lot of people
It's my
try to
favorite,
say
for sure.
that it's not a rivalry anymore because the Raiders left, but there are Niner fans that get really upset. Not that the Raider fans are claiming that they're better, but it's just the idea that it's a rivalry means that we're worried about you, or there's something that we care about as far as you're concerned, and we don't care.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you do, Niner fans, you still do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're just making it worse when you're pointing fingers like that and doing that. But give it 5
No,
years.
I'm just saying that because the Niners are the better team right now.
Okay, yeah. Give it 5 years. I think it'll be very thin. I mean, the Raiders will still be in Vegas. I think there'll be remnants of it. 5 to 10 years is my guess, and it'll be like, oh, whatever. Like the fact that they had to cancel preseason games, Niner Raider every year, and now that they're back, since they're in Vegas every year, they play each other in preseason. I think that goes to show like it's dying down significantly.
I think it used to be like a class thing too, where it was like, hey, go to the Raider game and you're going to have more of an everyman kind of time where you're going to go out into the tailgate.
Cheese and whiners.
And that's what it was.
Right.
Exactly. The Raiders are going to go out, have the traditional tailgate experience, the hot dogs, the brews. You're going to have a good time, just, being loud, having a good time. And then, the rap was at Niner games. Yeah, you're going to have the wine and the cheese, and you're going to, have a very upscale glamping, if you will, the glamping version of tailgating. And I think that really played the biggest part of it.
Which is always so funny to me because you get stuck in this situation where if you're Kings Niners have that reputation, but the Warriors now you make fun of Chase Center and things like that. So you're getting pulled.
It's
you're
hard,
getting
man.
pulled like Najee Marshall's jersey when he took the picture.
I will say Niners fans, as one myself, a super fan, it does. I've seen it get pretty bad, rowdy.
In what way?
So like the
Niner fans can
tailgating,
get
the
rowdy for
tailgating
sure.
stuff is
All
awesome.
fans can get little.
Yeah, the tailgating stuff. I think that wine and cheese persona is out pretty much. Like there's obviously going to be like a 15% that's still like that.
Right.
Tickets are expensive. I think every fan base
And people
is
do
gonna
the
have
same
that.
thing with Giants versus A's as well.
100%,
Giants fans were,
100%,
we only show up, and A's fans are, we're gritty, we're this,
The
we're that.
tailgate
collar,
out
all
there gets pretty nuts. Loud music, not that like stereotypical like San Francisco posh person. It's definitely more realistic.
I think
humans.
so. I definitely think so. I mean,
Yeah.
the Niner games that I've gone to recently, and a lot of the Niner fans that I meet are very, very normal people.
They're not
They're
scared
not upscale. Yeah.
to talk crap and get into a little fisticuffs either. I'd say it can get crazy. You can look up stories too, but it's nothing like Dodgers Giants.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess that's more of us just saying they're just as normal as every other NFL fan base.
Yeah. I just remember being a kid and the brutality of the Niners Raiders, because my dad, hardcore Niners fans, had friends that were Raiders fans, and it would get pretty ugly.
Yeah, it gets
as a child, and it's like I just don't see that really happening anymore.
Yeah. Well, and there's been some really bad situations with the Dodgers and the Dodgers and the Giants. So definitely don't want that type of stuff to happen. But that's definitely the number one rivalry. I do think it's funny
I think Clippers Lakers has slept on a bit.
Yeah.
I think especially recently, it's like post Lob City. I think that the Clippers have really been trying to make headway in LA.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think what's funny to me is, what was it, a couple years ago, just viewing from afar as I was at the time, when the Warriors beat the Kings fans deciding, going back to the rivalry, Kings fans deciding, who do I want to win more, or who do I want to lose more, the Lakers or the Warriors? And from what I saw, it was fairly split between
I think most people didn't pick.
Yeah, I just don't want to just gouge my eyes out.
Exactly.
So
how's that Warrior-Laker rivalry? Don't really hear much about it.
It was, it's more about Steph and LeBron, and it's more about LeBron versus the Warriors. Right. And now with Clay gone, it's probably cooked.
Yeah.
At that point.
Well, they're both in a similar situation on the way down. But if we're talking about some of the lesser rivalries, I don't even know. Well, so Niners Rams is okay. That's kind of come back
that's
a little
slept
bit
on for sure.
Yeah. It was rough at the NFC Championship.
Well, Niners
game.
Seahawks.
That's Washington.
It's not California.
Yeah. That's not California.
Count at all. Geez, she threw me off. So like, does anyone care? Like Chargers, Rams? I don't think anyone cares.
Nobody cares about that.
Padres, Angels,
Dodgers. They don't care.
Do the Angels have a rival? They just suck too bad.
I think you know what? Well, and Kyle Ledbetter would be, or Whitey would be perfect for this. But what was it? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, when it was the Dodgers being the Dodgers coming off of the bubble, or not the bubble, the Mickey Mouse ring. And the Padres, this before Tatis got popped. They had Machado. Padres, they have the parties. I mean, I still need to go to a game.
San Diego,
I still need to go to a game down there. And it was supposed to be, we're going to take this from you. And then they never did.
And they never did.
That was when
we'll never know.
That was when Major League Baseball, they had an opportunity because everybody was into that. So, by the way, we're getting some outstanding facts here, some outstanding information from Ian Fisher on the Sac chat. Apparently, Tahoe has, and I was searching this as we're going on here. Tahoe has a minor league hockey team that is on the way up in 2024, 2025, and it gets even better. I'm still trying to confirm this, but I do see some videos. Tim Tebow is associated with this team.
Yes, Tahoe does not seem like a Tebow.
He might be a part owner or something there.
Maybe he's part of a group.
So they're the affiliate of the Vegas Golden Knights, the Tahoe Night Monsters. KNIGAC, the Tahoe Night Monsters. And Tim Tebow will be hanging out in Tahoe.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check out this logo. It's a nice looking logo.
Okay, I got to check that out.
It reminds me of Gyarados from Pokemon.
Yeah, I've never been to a hockey game, major league, minor league, anything. I really want to go. Maybe that'll be my first one. Yeah.
You got to go.
Sharks are just a little too far.
Tahoe trip?
Some decent logo.
Tahoe trip. I'll
Always
call
trip.
Jason. I'll call Dave. I'll call Whitey. And we know Draper won't
Get
show
that
up.
roulette table.
He's a LeBron James. All right, coming up next, we get into Team USA and some of the drama. We also hear from head coach of the Orlando Magic, Jamal Mosley, and what he had to say about Keegan Murray. After that, Harrison Barnes waves his trade kicker. Because why? Because he's a great guy. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Ooh, ma.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
You did it, Boston. The Celtics are NBA champions. It's time to come together and celebrate in style. Go to NBAstore.com right now to get all your championship gear. The official locker room collection with t-shirts for the whole crew, the official locker room hat, and everything you need to celebrate the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy. Celtics fans, it's your time, so get your gear. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Groove dealers.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sacktown Sports.
So, Chris, you were telling me about this kid day with the WNBA. So they're playing all their games super early.
Yeah, I just knew that they were playing the games early. I didn't know about the kid day until Jason Ross put us on. Of course, Jason used to do, I believe it was radio play-by-play or the at least the radio broadcast for the Monarchs when they were here. And, let us know that it was kid day, which is actually the reason why they have it. But this morning, I was super confused because I look at the WNBA schedule and the Liberty and the Sun were tipping off at 8 a.m. this morning. And we're watching right now. Yeah, the Fever are playing the Mystics, and they just ended the third quarter.
Right.
The latest tip-off for today is 12:30 in the W at noon, pretty much. So, I guess it's Kids Day, and it's their way of, I guess they've done it for a while, and it's, bring the kids out and enjoy some basketball during your summer vacation. So, Jason said it's not a great day to go to if you don't have a kid because the volume is escalated, let's say. But seems like a cool opportunity. But I will say for the WNBA, which is a business, they probably shouldn't put games on at 8 a.m. Probably, if you want to increase viewership, I don't think an 8 a.m. tip's really going to do much.
I don't think so either.
Maybe not on
but
Wednesday.
I was a take your
Kid to work day.
Kid to work
Oh,
day. I
love
used to
Shout
do
out
that,
Earth Day.
and obviously those days, hey, you probably don't make as much money as you normally do, but
Probably not.
it's not about that. It's about the smiles on their faces. Speaking of, and we need a countdown for this. We are 2 days away from the California State Fair. My shining moment.
Great.
I want to be there at least 4 times.
Go
I'll
ahead.
probably will only get there once.
Did you
That's
say
reality.
you are doing the deep fried Snicker, or you're
Well,
going to
I already
opt
did
out? 'Cause I
one.
know. Yeah, you said you have a limit.
Yeah, I already did one at the county fair.
Okay.
But I'll probably do another.
Okay.
Because it's State Fair.
Yeah,
man.
you got to.
Your
Steaks are
arteries
bigger.
have a limit, or what?
Yeah, I
Just
mean, besides
clogging
that,
up.
I'm clean eating.
Yeah.
Pasta pesto salad.
They're good. The
In the
deep
hallway.
fried Snickers are good.
I'm
They're
telling you,
outstanding.
cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls at the fair are undefeated.
It's
They
supposed
are.
to
The
cool
expo
off
buildings.
too. It's going to cool off pretty quick.
Yeah,
They are. The
Yep.
question is
cooling off to the 90s.
The question is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it did feel cooler yesterday.
It was so much.
There was a
cooler.
nice wind. It was hot wind.
Yeah.
It was
but,
still 100. but
Yeah,
it's
it
crazy.
felt cool to
Shout
me.
out 112 tomorrow.
Well, speaking of undefeated, the question is whether or not Team USA will be able to go undefeated as they get going tonight with the showcase game against Dylan Brooks and Team Canada.
Trey
Brooks-
Lyles and Team Canada.
Trey
Please,
Lyles
put
and
some
Team
respect
Canada.
on that
Well,
name.
Dylan Brooks is the one saying, "Oh, we know what we can do to stop them," and he just doesn't stop talking. And
No,
I
sure
think the
doesn't.
game needs it. That's what it is. We already discussed in the first segment. Kawhi Leonard is not going to be playing with Team USA. He got some new swag, free trip to Vegas, and said, "Y'all be easy now," and got up out of there. He was replaced by Derek White. So now there are 3 Celtics on the Team USA,
Yeah.
and not one of them is the current reigning Finals MVP. That is Jaylen Brown. Chris, are you surprised in the pick? Is this based on fit? You have Drew Holiday, you have Jason Tatum, now you have Derek White. You have Jaylen Brown now doing, what would you call that emoji? It's the Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is
yes,
going with the
because
monocle and everything.
Yes, he's got the squint going. He tweeted 3 of those. I don't know if there will actually be any drama. Maybe he's being a bit facetious, but I think it would be really cool to play on Team USA.
Definitely.
So I'm not sure how sarcastic or cynical he actually is. Let's start with, we already addressed Kawhi Leonard. Let's start with his replacement, Derek White. Does it make sense to you, or would you have gone with Jaylen Brown?
I think it makes sense to me. I'm looking at the roster now, and in terms of like the guards, they kind of already have enough forwards like KD, Braun, Tatum. You've got you've got AD, you've got Bam, and I think Anthony Edwards could probably slide up. Derek White too. Like I think at some point here, the reason why Drew Holiday is not the best point guard in the NBA. He's not the best United States born point guard that we could have sent out. Shout out De'Aaron Fox. They're role players. You need some role players, especially in a team full of stars. Like you're going to need Derek White to dive on the floor for some loose balls, to play, point of attack defense, those kind of things. Because let's be real, like Steph and LeBron, they can put them up, but at some point here, there's going to be a lot of gritty young teams that are going to really try and win this thing, and the U.S. is going to bring out a pretty nonchalant mentality. And I think Derek White and guys like Drew Holiday and I definitely think Tyrese Halliburton can maybe play into that as well. Those guys are going to come in and play with some energy because they kind of understand, like, I'm not a super duper duper star like these other dudes. I think that it's a good selection. I think Jaylen Brown could have done it as well, but I think, it makes me feel better knowing that we have a guy like Derek White if things get squirrely.
What do you think is the cause to pause with this team? You see a pan of the team and you think, wow, this is ridiculous. Right. But then you sit there, is it just how good the NBA is right now? Because you look at this USA team and you think, man, this is absurd. But then you sit there and wonder, are they actually going to win this thing? Because there are a lot of teams that do have some pieces that can make some noise. I know France is on the come up as well. Is it just how talented the NBA is right now?
No, I think it's just that, again, when you have a team full of stars, there's always questions of, okay, well, that's fine when you're doing your star thing, when you're blowing people out. But in a tight game, when everyone kind of needs to pull on the same string, are you guys a team? Like, there's going to be like Spain and France, Germany. Again, I'm going to point out Germany because they won the FIBAs. There's going to be teams out there that legitimately play like a unit of 5 that has experience playing together and knows each other's tendencies. And again, these are all stars in their own individual rights. They don't really play team basketball. And I think that's the fear is that, again, if any of these games get a little squirrely, if they get a little too close for comfort, will these guys continue to just kind of, take it easy and say, yeah, it's fine. We have the switch that we can flip on. Or are they going to let things get too tight? And then, LeBron thinks he can take over and, can't, misses a couple shots. Maybe Steph misses a couple shots. Exactly. So I think that's the fear, is just these guys aren't a real unit. It's a bunch of mercenaries coming together to complete a job. And, it hasn't been that big of a struggle in the past, especially recently, but they've definitely been caught, flat on their feet a couple times. And I think that's the fear, is just these guys maybe not taking it as seriously as what it used to be in the past. I think that all these guys are individual brands, and they don't really. I think a bit of the team aspect has definitely been lost with Team USA.
Yeah, and it's just, look, we talk about too many cooks in the kitchen. That's 1,000 cooks in the kitchen. Yeah. I am interested.
No sous chefs here,
and no line cooks either.
No.
I am interested. I saw a clip of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who also on Team Canada, and he was doing a little bit of cooking. I'm very curious as to how his game will translate. I don't know if the foul merchant is allowed in international basketball, but
a lot tougher.
Yeah, it'll be definitely tough to see what will happen with that type of game. Not to mention the Team USA, they are not fully loaded. You lose Kawhi, and KD will be out just for today, but it's this calf thing, Chris.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't like
Some
it.
miles.
I don't like it. And we have sound. This is about Kevin Durant not playing tonight, and this is Shams just on the whole situation.
I'm told Kevin Durant has a calf strain. He is sidelined to start Team USA training camp in Las Vegas, and I'm told this is an injury that's going to need about a week of rehab recovery. So it's likely Kevin Durant will be out for their exhibition game on Wednesday against Canada as well. But this is a big summer for Kevin Durant. There's full expectation he will be ready to go when the games begin to matter. He can become the first men's basketball player with 4 Olympic gold medals all time. He's already the USA leader in Olympic points. And so USA will be cautious with this injury, this calf strain. And there is full expectation that this is not anything serious long term.
I'm trying to confirm, because right now the posts just say calf strain. Because you know what I'm curious about?
That Achilles?
Is it the same it the same leg as the Achilles?
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Yeah, I mean, that's I think definitely the fear there. And if I'm KD, I know, I didn't even know that he would have been the first male basketball Olympian to win 4 times. And I was aware that he had passed Carmelo in the all-time points in Olympic scoring, but I get that that's kind of what his goal is, I'm assuming, is to kind of carve that out. We know KD has kind of struggled with building his actual own legacy. And I think, in a weird way, the Olympics can kind of be his little niche, but I would definitely consider sitting out. Like, I know, if it is the same leg as the Achilles, my guy, you're 36, I believe, maybe 37, and you're 7 feet tall, and, you've got yourself quite a situation over there in Phoenix. That dude, Kevin Durant, was playing more minutes and more games, it felt like, than he definitely would have wanted to at the start of last season. I know it's a really great opportunity, probably only comes around once in a lifetime or 4 times in a lifetime, but I definitely, if I'm Kevin Durant, I wouldn't want to lose an extra year of my career because I wanted to get a 4th Olympics, especially when this team is this stacked. They're making it sound like he's fine, but to your point, like if it's the same leg as the Achilles, I just feel like you're kind of playing with fire there.
I've gone through it is absurd. I gotta be careful. I'm not going to say who. How do you write it like this to say KD? They go on to say KD missed a season with a torn right Achilles, but when they mention a calf strain, they do not say which one.
Huh.
And this is an article.
Yeah, I don't know.
National article.
It might have not been released. I mean, yeah.
That tells me all I need to know, I think.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. It's just
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
It's it's the same one.
Okay.
And you got to be careful here.
Yeah. I mean, definitely want to be careful with it. And, I think they definitely have enough to withstand it. But, KD is incredible in the Olympics because there's nobody like him. Like there you have the Kristaps Porzingises of the world and, some other bigs who can shoot. But at the Olympic stage, you have no answer when they have an actual center like Joel Embiid. And then you have another set. Did you see the picture? You mentioned all these guys standing next to each other.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's the biggest lie we've been told.
He's the only man
in American sports.
he's the only man in history to lie about his height in
ridiculous.
the opposite direction.
It's insane.
Ever.
Like he's taller than LeBron. He's taller than Anthony Davis. He's taller than Jason Tatum. He's just shorter than Joel Embiid, but he's listed at 6'10". It doesn't really matter. But the bigger point is that Kevin Durant is an absolute freak. And so, of course, Team USA would love to have him, but man, like don't risk what could be the final years of your career just trying to get a job done that you've already done. You've already have the Olympic record for most points for a Team USA player. Yes, the fourth gold would be great to kind of cement that Olympic legacy, but dude, like come on, you have a couple years left here. I definitely would not let pride get in the way. LeBron, I know he's older than KD, obviously, but physically he hasn't really been broken down the same way Kevin Durant has. So I think it's completely different situations between the two. And if I'm KD, I get it. It's a great opportunity, but you don't want to mess around with the final years of your career.
I have it. I found it. It took a couple different searches.
Right.
It's the left.
Okay.
That's why they feel more confident. Well, I did my research, Chris. Give me a break. That is why I think they feel like a week it's okay, but
sure.
I'll tell you what, I'm not messing around.
No.
Not in the twilight of my career. Coming up next, we have sound from head coach of the Orlando Magic, Jamal Mosley, on Keegan Murray and what he has seen from Keegan Murray. Also, Harrison Barnes waives his trade kicker because he's such a great guy. What does that mean for the Spurs? And then we get into Monty McNair on Kevin Huerter. That is at 11. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleanse are nice, but in between, I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
This segment is brought to you by Kia Vacville. Check them out at KiaVacville.com.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Waterman.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Axe!
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at Power.
Not authorized to speak publicly on the matter, told the Times, the LA Times, last week that there was concern about Leonard's knee after Grant Hill, the managing director of Team USA, Steve Kerr, the coach of Team USA, and Lawrence Frank, the Clippers president of basketball operations, watched him work out at the Clippers practice facility recently. So people not, I think I'm getting hung up on people not authorized to speak publicly about the matter, told the Times. So I guess they didn't say publicly, but they told the Times this information, which then got out publicly. I guess they just said, don't put my name on it, basically.
Yeah, or under, off the record kind of thing. And then,
it's on the record.
It's off the record when it's not really relevant because, you're not just going to raw report that as Kawhi's playing, it could be a distraction, but once it becomes relevant, that's kind of where your journalistic integrity has to come in. And, if you feel like it's additive to the story that's being told, then I think you have to release it. And that's would be my read on it. But who knows? I mean, in the world of, I know Woj doesn't really do it much anymore, but they're fixated on this prospect, right, taking this, fascinated with the opportunity of this.
That's what I do.
You just never know what anybody's actually trying to say unless they just blatantly say it anymore. So.
Yeah. So there it is with Kawhi Leonard, and who knows when we will see Kawhi Leonard next. We're about to get into this Jamal Mosley sound on Keegan Murray. And later in the 11 o'clock hour, we'll kind of just discuss the ceiling of the Kings. And there is I think it's the Ringer, and they have top 50 players.
Yeah.
And they have 3 players from the Kings in the top 50 players.
Right.
So if you have 3 players in the top 50 players, and then a Keegan Murray, according to the Ringer, and then a Keegan Murray, I guess, fascination with the Kings having to add something. What is it that the Kings actually need? Because based on the numbers, they're pretty darn good already. But here is Jamal Mosley on Keegan Murray.
I love coaching Keegan. He does such a great job of just playing the role that he's been given, being able to step in and make shots, being a playmaker when needed to. took on defensive assignments. I thought he's done a great job. You know, whatever you ask him to do, he's willing to go out there and do because he's got a great basketball mind, being able to stretch the floor as well as take on defensive assignments. I love coaching Keegan.
That's great.
Love
that is literally great.
In the highlight they show, I just need to point this out. He cooked Steph.
Yes. He did.
He dropped
went
the ball
behind
a
the
bit,
back,
and
and
then
then he went DeMar
drops the ball,
DeRozan mini.
and then takes a
He went behind the
desperation.
back.
He
Yeah.
drops the behind the back, and then he
Very
takes
It was a
Steph-esque.
hezzy, Chris. It was kind of Steph-esque. Oh, am I losing the ball?
You don't know.
It's kind of scrappy.
Taste your own medicine.
That's right.
Sure.
And he just whap.
Yep.
Chris, do you love Steph Curry?
Wardell, not a fan. Not a huge fan.
And then he goes
Not a huge fan.
mid-range master.
Yeah, he did.
Sure.
He did.
Yep. Shot making.
DeMar's already
Playmaking.
making an impact.
That's right.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? He's off the table. He's off the table. Unless. Yeah, Nate, I really thought,
That was a setup.
Yeah.
That was
Wait, hold on. He's what? I didn't hear you.
He's off the table. It's
He'll
late.
eat
No.
the table.
No.
I didn't. Yeah.
No.
Chris and I
No.
looked at each other. No job.
A table?
You do it when we're
A ta-
talking
I know.
about nothing that's associated with it.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing like us.
You can't just fire off random stuff now to cover up.
I
for
mean,
it.
Photographs of losers on your wall.
Hopefully that won't be the case. But Chris, Jamal Mosley to have this to say about Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to feel good about it.
I mean, yeah, like we know the kind of guy that Keegan is, and especially in the NBA where you're dealing with multi-millionaires, like Keegan must be such a breath of fresh air where it's like, yeah, I got these guys coming in with Versace glasses on and no t-shirt underneath their vest or whatever. And, it's like, okay, I'm clearly dealing with a lot of personalities here. And then you got Keegan Murray, this wholesome Iowa kid who's just like, hey, coach, what do you want me to do? Hey, who do you want me to guard today? What role do you want me to play? And, no complaints ever about it. I'm sure you never hear anything from him. It's great to hear. He's super low maintenance, and I think that's the thing. It's a bit scary, I think, when the Kings are continually adding talent, thinking of Keegan in that way where he is so coachable and so willing to accept whatever is in front of him. But yeah, I mean, especially from a Team USA perspective, you love to hear that they're enjoying their time with Keegan. And, I've talked about it before. This thing is incredibly political. The best thing you can do is go through the select team, the U18 teams and things like that, and put yourself in a situation where they know who you are. They know the kind of person they're bringing in. And then the talent, of course, comes as well. I think it's a great sign for Keegan's future with Team USA in general.
That's a great call. And, everything that we want to see from Keegan, we know he can shoot. But the playmaking that Jamal Mosley spoke of and the defense that continues to get better and the shot creation, that's what we're looking for too. Yeah. Am I a little bit worried that Keegan is going to get, I mean, we're talking about Malik Monk getting lost in the mix. So I think Keegan Murray and Malik Monk, definitely two guys to keep an eye on as far as getting lost in the mix. But you know what? It's better. I'd rather have that conversation than no disrespect to Keegan or Malik Monk. Right. We need them to drop 20 a night just to have a chance. Just so it's either, if it's one or the other, I would prefer it like this. And that's what happens when you get somebody like DeMar DeRozan. Yeah. So you can't be too upset about any of that. Nate, real quick, let's get to that Harrison Barnes sound and what he had to say as far as waiving his trade kicker.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely options where that was a factor, whether or not it would be waived or not. But for the ability to be able to come to San Antonio, it was a pretty easy decision for him.
So for all intents and purposes, trade kicker is a no trade clause, right? I mean, it's similar to it.
No, it's actually when you get traded, you get a bump in your pay is what it is. So it's not actually preventative of you not being moved. It's just if it's something in your contract to essentially de-incentivize a team from trading you. It's meant to be kind of a wall that would make a team kind of hesitate in doing it, but it's not really much. It's 10. Well, I say it's not really much. It's 10 to 15% boost to your current contract. And if HB would have just accepted the trade kicker, which he had already negotiated into his deal, then he would have made an escalated salary, and the Spurs wouldn't have been able to sign Chris Paul without waiving Julian Champagnie. Since HB didn't take that 10 to 15% raise, they then had the cap space available to sign Chris Paul into the rest of that cap space without having to waive somebody else. So HB, being the great guy that he was, pretty much saved the Spurs from having to get rid of somebody just to add him. And yeah, that's just par for the course for HB. We know he's that kind of guy.
That's what he does. Coming up next, Monty McNair on Kevin Huerter. After you listen to this, we asked the question, are we sure Kevin Huerter's getting moved? Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rock it into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 special live.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
At 1 o'clock in 2 hours, Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Coastal Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. Say Nate will pick the number to score that pair of tickets to check out an unforgettable night of Southern rock, courtesy Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. Monty McNair, really a 10, 12-minute conversation with Mo of Deuce and Mo, and of course our favorite Mark Jones during the California Classic broadcast was asked basically about the whole roster besides Jalen McLaughlin. And we don't even we were joking during the break about Jalen McLaughlin, just, you know, and the way Dave was talking about him during his show, it just doesn't feel like he's actually going to be on the team. I'm really, really interested in how all that kind of ends. It just is, if he's going to be that much of a non-factor, why be on the team? That's what
Jalen McLaughlin or McDaniels?
Jalen McDaniels.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jalen McDaniels. So yeah, that name didn't come up, but a lot of other names did. And the one that kind of set up antennas was when Monty McNair spoke about Kevin Huerter. We will let everyone decide if some members of the Kings fan base are doing too much, but a lot of people thought that the way Monty McNair spoke about Kevin Huerter in this interview told them that Kevin Huerter may not be moved. So the question is Kevin Huerter maybe more untouchable than we think, or is Monty McNair just doing his job and making all of his guys sound really, really good? This is it.
Still recovering, but I think on track. And, Kevin, I think, is somebody that, the shooting, unbelievable. And just, what he's able to do for our team. And, I think underrated in his ability to get in the pick and roll, make plays, the size. We were the number one defensive rebounding team last year. And obviously Sabonis has a huge part in that, but Kevin is one of the best rebounding guards in the league. And so I think that goes unnoticed a little bit. We're excited to get him back. We definitely missed him and Malik down the stretch.
Yeah. So that was it, because I continued to listen, and that was essentially it. And there were people saying the way Monty's talking about Kevin Huerter, I don't know. He might not be moved. I think there's a larger conversation, and we have sound from Jason Ross in the morning show about what actually is available and what you can do and how you can manipulate the roster. But Chris, and I just love doing the show with you because I feel like I know where you're going to go with this. But you listen to that clip and you think what?
That people are just ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? I will read you what Monty McNair said about Sasha Vezenkov on draft night.
Oh, you got this ready.
He said on draft night when Anthony Slater asked him about Sasha Vezenkov and the rumors of, hey, like, is there anything truth to the rumors or anything like that? Monty says, we won't get into any of those rumors. We are hopeful to find a way to do that for us here. So if you want to read into that, that's Monty McNair telling us Sasha Vezenkov is going to be here. He's part of the plan. They hope to keep Sasha Vezenkov.
That one was different,
He just
Chris.
complimented Kevin Huerter's
that
game.
one was different. We're hopeful. Words like hopeful.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Kevin Huerter can do great things for us. He's a great shooter.
The Kevin Huerter, it's right on the line for me. It's right on the line for me. That Sasha one, the hope, that it's a little bit too general. This one was, it was close to we need Kevin Huerter. It was close to we need Nate. Nate, get in on this. Come on. We need Kevin Huerter.
I think that there might be a conspiracy here. He's hyping him up a bit for some trade value.
Sure. I mean, I'm more willing to believe that.
I would believe that too.
I think he was asked a question, and like if he says nothing about it, that makes it more mysterious. Like he had to say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what people would have, like. It becomes the question. Yeah, what felt personal? It felt a little
no. It did feel a little personal. It felt.
What about that felt personal?
Personal.
I'm not trying to throw you on the spot, but like what
I
in
would
that
say
30 seconds,
bringing up the defensive rebounds and how he's underrated there.
Trade value.
Yep.
You can look at it either way. I'm not saying that he's like. I'm saying that this is what
I think it's crazy to read anything from it.
Yeah.
Like either way, I think it's insane to read anything from it because
we're excited to have him back.
I'm fencing
we
here.
Miss him. We miss him down the stretch.
I don't think it's insane
all those are true.
To read anything from it. I think it's fine, but people get carried away. People get carried away so quick.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying it's me. I'm saying we're throwing it out there because people heard this and they said, "Is Kevin Huerter more untouchable than we think?" I don't necessarily think. I think Monty is playing the game.
The game of what? The game of
he's making it sound. We want. Oh, if you say. It's just like anything else. If you say, I want this, right? How many times have you been in the store? You go to the store, right? And
I've been to the store. Well, this is relatable.
I have an actual story about this.
You guys ever pump gas?
You ever sit there, you need some gas?
Airplane food.
Right.
What's up?
Okay, no, but seriously, I told you guys this story last week. So I go to the Nike outlet. I went to the Nike outlet to get some slides because I could not find my Nike slides. Those are sandals, by the way. And
Baby Stiles, number one suspect.
Probably.
Yeah.
She does move my stuff. So my number one goal was to go in there and get some new slides.
Yeah.
Okay. I go in there and they don't have my size. They got a bunch of weird slides, and they're it's the outlet. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, we're there, and now wifey is. Oh, I'm just gonna go check stuff out. I'm stuck with Baby Stiles, just looking for the slides. I can't find the slides. So I say, okay, I'm just gonna go to my section. I go to my section.
Go to your size.
I go to my section, and what do I see? I see somebody putting back a crispy pair of Air Force Ones, all white Air Force Ones. Do I need Air Force Ones? No, but he put them back. They were the only Air Force Ones left, that size and that pair. So what did I do? I bought them. Yeah. I bought them because now somebody else wanted it. So Monty McNair, he's making it sound like we want Kevin Huerter. We need Kevin Huerter.
The opportunity presented itself.
Yes, we need the shooting. We need the rebounding. So now if you're the Wizards or whoever, wow, I mean, Monty was basically saying, go check out his rebounds. He's a shady good rebounder. Go check, he can stretch the floor.
Sure.
And now the Wizards are saying, you know what? I need Kevin Huerter more than Kevin Huerter is the Air Force One.
This sounds like my theory. Ben.
It is.
It's not like a personal, like, hey, we love Kevin. He's going to be great here. It's, look at these weird stats, or not weird, but like the not forward-facing stats, like 3-point
shooting. The Brandon Belt stats. Brandon Belt stats.
Like where else he can help your team that isn't his role of being, essentially a spot shooter, right?
Why are you shaking your head, Chris?
It's just like, I'm sure Monty McNair complimented other players as well. And are we reading into that too? Are we saying?
Because they're not on the trade block.
Everybody could be on the trade block.
That's another conversation.
That's
another conversation.
I just didn't hear anything in there that sways me either way.
Nate, can we fire it up again?
Yeah,
sure.
I was just kidding. Yeah, give me
run
1 second.
Sure.
I wasn't ready.
If Kevin's the shoe being put back, if Kevin is the shoe, is Kevin Baby Stiles?
Is
Kevin the slides?
Which one is Kevin?
Yeah,
he could be.
Kevin could be Baby
Kuzma
Stiles.
is the slides. Kuzma is the slides.
Okay, here I got it right here. Let's run this.
Okay.
Huerter injured his shoulder. Any updates that you might be able to tell us on how he's coming along?
Still recovering, but I think on track. And Kevin, I think, is somebody that, the shooting, unbelievable, and just what he's able to do for our team, and I think underrated in his ability to get in the pick and roll, make plays, the size. We were the number one defensive rebounding team last year And obviously, Sabonis has a huge part in that, but Kevin is one of the best rebounding guards in the league. And so I think that goes unnoticed a little bit. We're excited to get him back. We definitely missed him and Malik down the stretch.
So people are reading that as Kevin Huerter staying. Because to me,
Monty spoke very highly of him.
Re-listening back to it, it definitely sounds like he's selling. That's 100% sounds like him selling. And I was on neither side, and after hearing it for a second time, that is a sales pitch to me.
Welcome to my side, Chris.
We're all on the same side now.
No,
I don't think so.
You're moving the goalpost because you came in here like this is personal. He loves him. He's hyping him up. Nothing about the sale was on the table until you asked me, right?
That's how I heard this.
Everything was always a possibility.
That's how I heard this.
What a vague, weird statement. Everything's always a possibility. That's so true.
It's just
Alan.
how quickly he moved to. Yeah. Kevin was great for us last year. Like he was so good. Like
it was the man.
And then
for
again,
me. Don't forget the man.
And then and he points out, we were the best defensive
that.
team. It was a big part of that. Kevin Huerter was a big part of that.
Defensive rebounding team.
I don't take that as complimenting. I take that as showcasing.
Yeah, check out this Mazda 3, man.
No, but I was always with it either way.
With what?
Now you've lost
With
me.
what? Selling?
Yeah, whether he's what I
Pick a
laid
lane.
out. No, what I laid out.
Is it his shoes? I'm so confused.
That was a great analogy. They're telling me on the text line. What I laid out.
People are saying
what I laid out was what I saw yesterday from some Kings fans.
Mm-hmm.
I never took a side.
Okay.
As far as if I agreed with it or I did not agree with it.
Okay.
As far as I was just presenting. I was just asking a question.
Well, it's Stiles and Watkins, not fans and Watkins. So please present your side of the argument.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying. I agree with you guys. I think it was more showcase.
I think if we're just talking about trading him, I think his value is at a pretty much an all-time low. Kevin Huerter right now, coming off one of his worst performances, may not statistically be his worst season, but getting benched, getting hurt, like
busted shoulder,
no pun intended, busted shoulder. Yeah, I think you run it back with Huerter, you try to get him back into the groove, and if he's playing well the first half of the season, maybe there's a deadline move that makes sense or something. But if not, just run it with him. Like, let's do it. I don't
see if he can return to form.
I don't think Monty's sending out any coded messages there, nothing like that. Like Chris said. He's saying nice things about Sasha and then ships him out. Like,
yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, it's business, man.
Monty being Monty.
So
GMs being GMs.
I'm just trying to figure out where we're all standing here.
We're all on the same side now.
All right. That's good radio.
Great radio. Coming up next, we continue the conversation. Also, we get into our guy, Jason Ross, and what he had to say about who actually out there can the Kings take a swing on. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
It's a toss to McCaffrey, a cutback run 30, breaks 340. McCaffrey midfield. McCaffrey 40, 30, 20. It does get all the way down to the 3-yard line on the first play of the game. CMC Dynamite.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
This segment is brought to you by Kia Vacville. Check them out at KiaVacville.com.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool's been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent beads.
Live and local. Live and local.
This is Sacktown Sports.
from UPS Chris from the 916. Good morning, guys. Actually getting to watch the show on YouTube today. 2 weeks vacation out of the heat. Keep the great shows coming. Thank you, UPS Chris. Shout out to UPS Chris on the Sac chat. Everybody in the Sac chat, welcome UPS Chris.
I hope they have air conditioning in UPS because I know the American Postal Service doesn't.
I think he's saying they don't.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he said 2 weeks.
You mean in the trucks?
Yeah.
Oh, the trucks, yeah.
I
don't know.
I think it's more about being in and out.
Oh, right, that too.
You
And
know.
you don't have a door either, right? Like
Right.
Those things are
There's
just
that
wide
hot
open.
air.
Yeah, there's
And he's
no relief.
Running from dogs all day.
No thanks,
eat 'em.
dude. No thanks.
Yeah, Brandon is shouting out UPS Chris in the Sac chat. Don't forget the original voice of Foreigner, Lou Graham. That's at 1 p.m. Your chance to win those tickets. They went quick yesterday. They went very quick yesterday. On the heels, had a lot of people tuning in on the heels of the DeMar DeRozan press conference. Did you have any takeaways, Chris? I know that Carmichael Dave asked you if you were more excited. Was there almost and first of all, let's give a shout out to DeMar DeRozan for staying and talking with essentially every media member there who wanted to have a separate conversation with him. So we did the press conference, which we aired, and then Brandon Nunez, the list goes on and on. He sat with everyone. So I just want to give a shout out to DeMar DeRozan for doing that. But did you have any initial takeaways? I guess my point was there's almost too much content. There's almost too much content from DeMar. You got to pick and choose what you listen to and what your takeaways are. That's never a bad thing, but everybody, I would have loved to be there to try to figure out how many times he had to answer the same question.
I thought that too, especially in the individuals. Yeah.
And shout out Sean Cunningham, who said, I'm going to ask him about Kendrick because I got to be
Straight
different
up.
here.
And he said, do we not play Drake in here?
Yeah.
And,
And Sean popped. He's all over.
Hot new hip hop. Every hip hop site you can
NPR,
find,
everything. So shout out Sean Cunningham. Because, you know, everybody lines up like it's Disneyland. You got to find a way to ask some unique questions. Let's get to TC.
Okay.
Oh, what were you going to say?
No, you just asked me if there was any takeaways
Oh,
from
yeah,
me.
yeah. Now Nate is cracking up here.
Just plowed through it.
Yeah.
Ask him about his Air Force One.
Yeah.
What food are you going to eat in here today?
No,
Alan?
I mean-
Stink up the whole place.
My big takeaway that I kind of forgot to bring up yesterday was De'Aaron kind of lost us a game yesterday or last year, and DeMar said pretty much, De'Aaron hit that game winner, the infamous I'm nice shot, which was in Chicago 4-game. DeMar said, yeah, you did that to us, so I had to make sure that when I came here, I put it on y'all. And that's the game that Whitey brought up and that we were talking about a bit yesterday, where he goes 7 for 7 in that fourth quarter here in Sacramento and comes back from down 15, I think it was, for the Bulls to win. I just thought that was cool that happens. I feel like we talk about revenge games and like, oh, Dylan Brooks talks trash. Does it actually affect like how these guys play? Things like that. It was just cool to hear confirmation of, oh, De'Aaron cooked us, hit a game winner. I didn't forget about it. And I think it's dope that DeMar has that mentality, but also that it ended up playing out in the way that it did. De'Aaron, kind of lost us a game a year later with his performance the year previous. I just thought it was a dope conversation to hear. Just DeMar DeRozan go off about how he really thrives in those fourth quarter clutch situations, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be an issue between the two.
I don't think so either. The vibes look to be very good right now. You know, what this is reminding me of, these last two segments, is reminding me of couples retreat.
Okay.
So in couples retreat.
Another analogy.
No. This is a quick one. This is a quick one. I promise.
I don't care.
Why
if
am I
it's quick or
speed?
long.
Why am I
Yeah,
Carmichael Dave today? I don't know what's going on. Maybe because he wasn't in the building. So in couples retreat, they're all doing their therapy. And in the main one with Vince
This is
Vaughn,
an Adam Sandler movie?
No. The main one with Vince Vaughn, they're having a conversation, and the therapist says that Vince Vaughn has continued to bulldoze his partner, and he goes, when you don't listen to your partner, it's called bulldozing, and it's ugly. And I'm not going to bulldoze Chris one more time today.
It was not bulldozing. You just asked me a question and then clearly did not actually have interest in asking.
No, I did.
My answer.
I thought I heard something, and Nate was laughing.
It's just you.
You're talking to yourself. Let's get to TC.
And it's ugly.
TC online.
Hey, Chris, I was wondering what. Let's get to TC.
Okay. All right. At least I'm owning it.
No, you are.
Alan,
right.
what's it like being a father? Let's get to TC. How was your baseball career, Alan?
Well, actually, I think let's get to TC.
Yeah, let's get
All
to
right,
TC.
Let's get to TC. 916-339-1140. TC, what you got for us?
Hey, it's live today, man. Y'all got it cracking in there. What's up, Allen Stiles?
I don't know what's going on today, man. We're halfway through the week.
Hey, it's popping. Let's keep it simple. Hey, listen, check it out. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at keeping Red Velvet, bro. Can y'all hear me? Hey, so I'm prone to keeping Red Velvet. I'm with him trying to sell him, but I don't think that's it, bro. I think like if we can't find nobody, bro, I think we keep the guy. And at this point, who are we trading him for? I'm not talking about no Roy market. I'm not. Let's not be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But who else are we gonna trade Huerter for? Other than just keeping him for his shooting. Unless we can get Cruz, maybe a Cam Johnson, Finney Smith, the boy Stewart in Detroit. Honestly, bro, that's about it. I'm not trading Velvet for nobody else because we need to shoot him, bro. We already got our big move. We just need patch pieces like a Cam Johnson or somebody, to be honest with you. We don't need another big fish unless they just giving them away, in my opinion, dog. So, I'm me personally as a Kings fan, bro, I'm with keeping Kevin Huerter. But if we get rid of him, we get rid of him. Other than that, I'm with keeping him, bro, in my opinion. Monty is doing his thing. DeRozan, I love that dude's attitude. He's all for the people. The city going to love that dude. We're going to treat him right. And I guarantee you he going to show the love. I can just see it in his eyes, his passion, just a simple talking to all the reporters. He's not just like, hey, I did my interview. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you, Deuce. I don't want to talk to you, Sean. I did my thing with Monty. Now I'm kind of like, no, this dude is like, man, y'all can come to my room and interview me if y'all want to. I love that dude for that, bro. As far as, hey, did y'all give out the tickets? You said for Luke, who was it? Luke Combs?
Lou Graham.
Oh, Luke Graham. Nah, I thought you were talking about Luke Combs. I was going to say, man, I don't even listen to country, bro, but I like him, and I like that dude, Zach Bryan, bro. Zach Bryan's new CD, his new album is nice, man. My boy from Oklahoma. Get a chance to listen to that dude. I know y'all not big on country, me neither, bro, but I like that dude, dude, on another note, for real.
Thanks for the call, TC.
Shout out our sister station, KNCI.
Why is everybody trying to put me on Zach Bryan all of a sudden?
Yeah, we had a whole
2 days in a row.
conversation. Yeah, this morning before the show.
I checked it out. Maybe I need to check out more because I'll get down.
If TC's going off the rails today, then I think we're just destined to have just a wild show.
It's a wild day. It's a wild Wednesday.
If you average one off the rails show every 2 weeks, I think
that's
in
good.
The summer,
That's a good hit rate.
In the
You're
summer,
a Hall of Famer at that point.
What's Dave's hit rate,
dude,
for off the rail shows?
It's off the rail segments.
Yeah, it's every other one.
I see Verlon back there laughing. I know Verlon. You can't laugh. All right, coming up next week.
What did you even say?
I said I know Verlon is back there because he works with Dave.
I know, but I'm sorry. We can go to break.
All right, coming up next, what are the other options? We hear from Jason Ross, who had some things to say during the morning show on what the actual other options for that 4 slot are for the Sacramento Kings. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com and amicis.com. Watkins delivers.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Enjoy over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and our thrilling high-limit room with Sky River rewards that add up and up, and 18 elevated restaurants and bars. There's something for everyone. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big O Tires proudly sells our own brand of innovative, newly designed tires, like the Bigfoot AT2 with improved all-terrain traction, and the Legacy All-Season Plus that keeps you on the road in any weather, with every set backed by our ProTech Plus warranty.
And right now, get $80 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Big O brand tires with installation purchase. Now through July 28th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. No carry-outs, not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees extra and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or installation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
18 number ones.
What was I thinking?
Countless ACM and CMA awards.
Sold out world tours.
And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee.
I love you just the way
Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
What's up? Talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This These summer sales events?
Right now, save up to $12,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie or Tradesman. For work or for play, you pick. If you need a heavy-duty Ram truck, Hoblet should be your first stop to find what you need at the best price.
Oh, you're going all out this month.
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strived for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the truck you want. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500 after 2,000 Hoblet Select inventory bonus cash. Laramies include 9,500 dealer discount and 500 first responder bonus cash for current members of qualifying First Responder Association. Tradesmen include 7,000 dealer discounts and 5,000 factory rebates. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash for current business owners with valid tax ID. At least 5 of each offer. Sample VIN 103767 and 221741. See dealer for details.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
Lou Graham. Lou Graham.
Dort?
Lou Graham.
Brian?
Lou Graham.
Post Malone?
The original voice of Foreigner is coming to Sacktown. We want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. Hit up the Volts Kind of hotline, 1 p.m. We'll give you the number at 1 p.m. Call in if you want a chance to win those tickets. Courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. For the 916, Chris, can Huerter play the 3? Can.
Sure.
I think he can. The question is,
he can play well.
Right. Is that what you want? And does that help improve the team? I think he technically can and physically can, but is that where he's best suited? That is ultimately the question. We are going to hear from Jason Ross, who had a really good thought, Chris, as we continue to throw around, as he typically does.
I don't know about that.
As we continue to throw around all these names, Brandon Ingram might be out of the conversation. We did open door, closed door yesterday. Go check that out on YouTube if you didn't get to see that segment during the break, of course. But some of these names that are being brought up, and at this point in time, especially if Kevin Huerter is untouchable, whether he is or not, what is actually still realistic and available? I have this free agent list of forwards as well, and it spans from, and you're going to crack up at some of these quote unquote forwards for positionless basketball. You have guard forwards, and then you have forward centers. So you have all of that. But let's hear from Jason Ross what he had to say this morning, just as far as who the heck is actually still available and what they could actually do to help.
If JaVale McGee came back, he's a free agent. They brought him back, let's just say. There were times where JaVale was in the rotation behind Sabonis. Then it was Alex Len, but it was never really both of them. So it's a little bit of a repeater. You get more size. So if they added someone like that, you go, okay, that makes sense. They added another 7-footer, a wingspan, maybe a rim protector. But will that player play is, I guess, my question. And without knowing who the player is, it's a tough answer. So you could really make the argument. I think Russell did say here, and I do agree with this, like a lot of logic to me means, could they find in a deal like a possible starting four?
Yeah.
Kuzma, for example, which I'm not sure that's the right fit, but let's just throw him out there. Or Markkanen had been rumored before. I think all those will cost an amount. But if they did that, then I feel like the balance makes a little more sense with Sabonis. We'll throw in Kuzma's name, Murray back to the 3, DeRozan to the 4, Fox starting, Monk off the bench. I think that's probably a version of what might look best for this team.
If you don't get Markkanen, which I don't think you are, they already have had this conversation, and Danny Ainge says, this is what I want, right? You don't get Markkanen, you don't get Kuzma.
Right.
What are you left with? To Jason's point, I know someone is probably typing right now or about to call in and say Isaiah Stewart. Okay, fine. Let's do it. You have Isaiah Stewart, you have Cam Johnson, you have Dorian Finney-Smith. That we've kind of thrown around as far as who is available, right? And then and I don't want to be disrespectful and call it the scrap heap, but that's kind of what it is as far as, I mean, are you interested in a Kai Jones, right? And guys like that. So
I think he's signed with the Clippers.
Okay. Well, on NBA.com, it still says he's unsigned. There are the reports. He doesn't even have a report, but maybe they're not updated. So just different names that are out there. Gordon Hayward, right? Just guys like that. Who are you going to sign, to Jason's point, if it's not one of these 4 names? And someone's going to say Bobby Portis. Look, we've talked about Bobby Portis. It would be really hard to get Bobby Portis. Besides those 5 names that we've thrown around for the last 3 months, what are your options?
Well, you can't say these 5 names I say and then act like there's no option. Like,
but I'm saying, okay, fine. No big swing. Kuzma is a big swing to me. Jeremy Grant's a big swing to me. And obviously Markkanen. And nobody's talking about Karl-Anthony Towns. We could just throw him in there for fun.
Sure.
So I would say non-big swings.
Okay.
Let's remove the big swings. Okay. Besides the big swings, we've heard Isaiah Stewart.
Okay.
Who makes the most sense. And Bobby Portis, who I just don't know how you technically get there. And then you have 4, essentially 4 and 4. You have the 4 big swings, and then you have Isaiah Stewart, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and the last name that I said to kind of round it out. But that's it.
I mean, those are 8 options, though. Sure. I mean, that's a decent bit of. I mean, what did we say about, before DeRozan got here? Like, I mean, it was if the Kings can't get Markkanen and they can't get Levine, what happens? I mean, they found a different route that we didn't think was an option, and I think that's the same thing that you could apply to this. Is it's usually the names that you're talking about are the deals that aren't going to happen. I think that it just can be a name that, I mean, no one even thought DeMar DeRozan was on the radar. Nobody knew it could be a possibility. I just think that we are kind of limited in our in what we think are options. Like, we think that it's just free agents, or we think that it's just the names that are out there, but you can get crafty, you can get creative. And if Monty McNair really sees someone specific, and I'll just throw out I'll just say Evan Mobley or whatever, because that's the name I always use. If he says, I agree actually with what you're saying, that all these names aren't realistic, or we're not going to get them, I want this guy. Like, I think that there's a chance that Monty's not looking at the names that are available. I'm pretty sure he already kicked the tires on all those. He already knows what those values are at. Maybe he's looking at the options that we're not talking about right now, that he is looking at maybe it is a Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think that feels like way too big of a swing for where they're at right now.
Yeah.
I just think that's plenty of options. I think that there's plenty of different routes that they can go. And, I don't feel like they are pressed for options right now. I think that they have multiple different routes that they can go. And I would even put Isaiah Stewart as an option that's not really being talked about, but people know is out there. Like, I would think that's the route that I would expect them to go besides the names that are the most popular. So I personally feel like there's plenty of options.
By the way, Paul Reed is a goner now. So Paul Reed,
Pistons.
Yes, no longer available. No, I hear you, and it has to be something. And Sean Cunningham, who we had on the show, said if somebody's talking about something, it's probably not going to happen. And that's why the DeRozan thing was interesting to me, because people were talking about it, but it was almost so far down the line that it didn't make a difference. So everybody, all the names that we've talked about, the Marketins and the Kuzmas, these names that really, I feel like the Kuzma thing, we haven't even seen that many Evan Sittery, aggregation posts about Kuzma. It's just kind of been a thing because it was a thing at the time. Chris, I want to just have some fun with this.
I like Precious Achiuwa too. I think that's a free agent name that they should.
It is a free agent name. So you have Precious, you have, you see the list here. I'm sure you have it up. Sadiq Bey got mentioned on on both of our other shows as well. Yeah, Reggie Bullock.
Yeah, there's
your boy Robert Covington.
To Jason's, yeah, I think he's a couple years past this. I think that to Jason's point, though, there's not anybody that they can bring in that is going to solidify a spot. Because even, Sadiq Bey, I think in theory could, but he just tore his ACL. That's the reason why he's so available right now. I think a lot of people are afraid of how he's going to recover, and he's probably not asking for a minimum, but people are saying, dude, you're a free agent and you just tore your ACL. I'm not going to give you actually any substantial money. So, I don't think, to Jason's point, I don't think that there's any names out there that solidify spots. I can't think that if they aren't going to make a trade, there's not a name out there that locks it down 82 games as the backup, whatever position. I think that we're kind of past that point in free agency. And that's kind of why I think that, again, there's going to be, I definitely feel like there's going to be another move made. I'm not sure if it's going to be that big swing.
You know what's funny? And I just thought about this right now. Would everybody feel the same about the roster, or maybe be more willing to just ride with the roster if Kevin Huerter was moved instead of Harrison Barnes? Or would they still be the same question marks?
Yeah, they probably would be more willing to live with it, because I think the roster imbalance that everyone was a hot button topic after the draft still exists. And I think that's the thing that just speaks so much to there has to be another move, because I heard them go through it on the morning show today. Is, the Kings forwards or front court right now is Sabonis, Len, Lyles, Murray, and Jalen McDaniels. And that's it. And then you have 7 guys, I think, in the guard spots. So the balance isn't quite there. And you clearly, so you have Sabonis as the starter. You have Len as his primary backup. We saw Jason mention Len played 50 games last year, so even he didn't lock down that spot for all 82. Presumably, you'd want another center in there. Power forward, same thing. You have Keegan, and then you have Trey. I know Trey kind of had a down year. I think they're going to play him at the 4. I think they're going to play him at backup center, but I think you would like some more depth there too. And you have no depth at the 3. I assume you have DeMar playing there right now. Jalen McDaniels, we'll see if he's on the roster or not. It's just not deep enough. They have like 4 people at shooting guard position right now. I think they have 3 point guards, but they have 2 at the 2 or 3, you could argue. It's a whole separate. Your entire front court only has 2 people in the depth chart right now. So I think it's just clear that that's the spot that needs to improve or get added to. To your point, if HB was still there, you might say, okay, well, you have DeMar, you've got HB, you've got Keegan, you've got Lyles. Those guys between the 4 can split the minutes at the positions. It makes a little bit more sense, but it wouldn't feel as necessary as 100% guarantee going to happen.
From the 916, Grant Williams, 3 question marks. Young big, got 8.5 offer from Celtics. I like his up-and-coming game. Yeah, the whole situation with Grant Williams, and it didn't really work out in Dallas.
Yeah.
The infamous story of he challenged Luka and Luka cooked him, and Chris and I went back and forth on, is that being spicy or is that being a good teammate, right? But Grant Williams, he's a bit of a meme, if you will. You know, people kind of like to make fun of him. I'd be interested in it depending on what the price tag is. And this is from Tony in the 916. The Kings are going to have to develop Isaac Jones.
Have to?
If they don't make a move, but I just don't think that's what they're in the business of doing.
Yeah, I don't think that's really in their big club plans at all. I mean, to me, Isaac Jones is just a lottery ticket, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to go no disrespect, but he's just going to go the way of Jalen Slauson. Like if you those second round picks, these undrafted guys, it's nothing more than, hey, we're going to kick the tires on this. We're going to see what it is, and if this guy can even give us rotational minutes, we'll take it. But I don't think that they're
eventually.
Not even
this season.
This season, yeah, exactly. So I don't think that Isaac Jones is. I'm not saying that the Kings don't like him as a player. I'm not saying the Kings don't think he can be good. I just don't think that that's actually in their developmental plans. You can't, if you're banking on that, then we're in a really bad spot.
That's not why you signed a 35-year-old DeMar DeRozan. that timeline does not add up at all. Coming up next, we break down the Kings' newest guard, Jordan McLaughlin, and what he will bring to the table. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Showdown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store, and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals
deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive. All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. M73124.
Sacktown Sports.
Special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. We will find that caller based on the number, and that caller will win tickets to see an unforgettable night of Southern Rock, courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SacktownSports.com. As we get into the Kings' newest guard, and it's funny, Chris, when the Kings signed Jordan McLaughlin, didn't see, and maybe I'm talking about myself, but the same backlash from the Devin Carter signing.
No, not at all.
Or the Devin Carter draft, by the way. So, and maybe that's because Jordan McLaughlin has been proven to be able to do some things in the league. And, even though the Kings have guards, they have guards that can do specific things that are all growing and trying to expand their game. So you have a little breakdown of the newest guard, Jordan McLaughlin.
Yeah, you don't think it was just the fact that he signed the night that DeMar DeRozan was traded and nobody saw it, perhaps?
Yeah.
I mean, if Monty ever wanted to, I'll make the joke. It's fine. If Monty ever wanted to sign Miles Bridges, that would have been the time. Okay?
Sure.
It would have gone under the radar.
Under the radar.
I mean, I'm sure people still would have picked that up, but it was definitely an interesting kind of thing. Like you're saying, it felt like nobody, it's Wednesday today, and we're just getting, I think this is the first time we've actually kind of talked about Jordan McLaughlin. So, really was under the radar. And it happened the same night that they signed and traded for DeMar. So I don't think a lot of people caught it on their radar. But Jordan McLaughlin signs a 1-year deal. And I have to figure out if it's McLaughlin or it's McLaughlin, because I've always been a little confused on the pronunciation of that last name. But 1-year deal with the Kings. I believe Adrian Wojnarowski was the first one to have it. McLaughlin spent his last 5 seasons with the Timberwolves after starting out with the Nets. He is a great passer. He's really, really fast. The thing that I've picked up from the research that I've done since they've picked him up is essentially, guys, we just got another Davion Mitchell is really what it is. This guy is a point of attack dog. This is essentially the kind of guy who, he's probably not going to get this. Actually, I will definitely say he's not going to get the same rotation as Davion Mitchell, but I think this is a nice switch up for, hey, on a given night, facts are facts. If De'Aaron's not giving it his full defensive effort on a given night and the Kings are down, starting off the game down 15-5, Jordan McLaughlin's coming in, and he's essentially like a leashed up dog that Mike Brown can just unleash on anybody to switch up the energy. He's fantastic. The write-up, this is from the Star Tribune. With his selfless play, quick pace, and handling the ball, McLaughlin became a fan favorite and a favorite of his teammates. He only averaged 4.5 points per game, while with the Wolves averaging 3.1 assists and 0.7 turnovers per game. That's a really good assist-to-turnover ratio. And as well, just assist-to-point ratio tells you he might be a little bit more of a pass-first guy than looking for his shot. Clearly, offense isn't really in his bag. After a down year 2 years ago, in which a calf injury limited him, McLaughlin bounced back last season and helped the Wolves in the second half of the year with the best shooting performance of his career. How good was that shooting performance, ladies and gentlemen? So good that it sounds wrong, and I had to check it twice. The 6-foot McLaughlin shot 47 from three on 1.6 attempts per game. He's a career 37% shooter. That was definitely aided by the 47%. Don't get it twisted. His playing time was always inconsistent, but one of McLaughlin's hallmarks was that he never publicly complained and stayed ready to contribute when he did get on the floor. And, I'm not going to say Davion Mitchell was a malcontent at all. I really don't know how he took these past couple years of kind of having his minutes juggled around a bit. But I will say that there is some value in I don't mean this in a bad way, but by knowing your role. Like, I think the fact that Davion was a lottery pick, was trying to always figure it out, like you always are telling yourself, hey, this next run that I get here could be the run that changes my career. It could be where I start to show who I am. And I think that, you play a little bit differently when that's the case. And Jordan McLaughlin is a guy who knows who he is. He's 28 years old, been around the league for this is going to be his 6th NBA season coming up here with Sacramento. And I just think that this is a really good signing that really isn't going to have much impact. But I think when you do see Jordan McLaughlin out there, you're definitely going to notice him. And, for a team that is having a lot of defensive questions right now, I do think a great point of attack defender is something that this team could desperately use with Davion gone.
I'm confused.
Okay.
On that decision. So when you say he's not going to get the Davion rotation, you're saying he's going to play less.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think this guy's going to walk in and be the backup point guard.
Okay. I'm just trying
he might while Devin Carter's out, but I would think that they'll opt for, especially with the logjam currently at the 2, I would think that they'll probably run Keon Ellis as the backup point guard before they throw out minutes to Jordan McLaughlin.
Well, that's what it looks like based on Summer League. You know, Keon's been handling the basketball there. So he was undrafted in the 2018 NBA draft. Yeah, the numbers are great. Obviously, he's not a scorer. He's not there to score. He's there to shut down. I don't want to say it's a nothing burger. I'm just trying to figure out the purpose. Is it because of Devin Carter's injury?
No, I think it's just that Davion Mitchell was such a good point of attack defender. They lose that. Nobody else really hounds the ball in the same way that Davion does. And I think it's a defensive tool. Like, I don't think this is not a big signing. This is not a move for a guy who's going to enter the rotation and be a key cog in this team. This is a 11th, 12th guy. And I just think that this is a good, it's not a, most of the time your 10, 11, 12 guys are developmental guys that you're probably not going to get anything from, or you're not going to get any consistency from. This is the Kings using this as an actual usable piece that they know every time they put him out there, they know exactly what they're going to get. I don't think that there's much to read into it. I think it's just, hey, this guy has this certain set of skills. If we ever are lacking it in a given game, we have this optionality to go to.
Do you think that it would be fair if some fans felt like, hey, and maybe it's because he's not really going to be in the rotation like you're kind of talking about, but the conversation of, hey, I thought when you say, oh, it's because we don't have what Davion Mitchell gave us anymore, but I think a lot of people thought, we drafted Devin Carter, we have a logjam of guards, we moved off of Davion Mitchell, oh, we just brought in another guard. I thought that's why we got rid of Davion Mitchell, to release some of that logjam.
Yeah, I would just say he's not going to play much. Like, this is the equivalent of, this guy's taking Kessler Edwards' role. He's taking Jordan Ford's. Jordan Ford didn't get any minutes last year, but this is a very non-consequential signing in terms of, like, this is not eating into anybody's minutes.
Right.
This is just meant to be additive. And yeah, maybe you can be upset about the order of operations and say, yeah, we don't need a guard. Why did we prioritize this? But I think that it's just that McLaughlin's a really good player for what he is. And, he might have signed with the Wizards and been their more consistent backup point guard. And so you kind of have to, you got to hop on opportunities as they present themselves. And I just this isn't a move that you should get excited about, but it's also not something that should really frustrate you. Again, it's just kind of a piece of the puzzle that you probably, he played, let's see here. And this is for a really good Timberwolves team. He played 56 games, 11 minutes per game last year. I would suspect something similar to that. Again, maybe like I would put the line at 42 games and I would probably say, yeah, I mean, when he does play, it'll probably be spot minutes. And we know Devin Carter might miss the beginning of the season. So that might be kind of where he gets his run first until they feel like Devin Carter is kind of up to speed. And that could be, a real first half of the season, second half of the season split there.
Davion's skills that you still wanted on the team without, for lack of a better term, the baggage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't have to worry about, is his shot going to fall? Is his shot going to – that's not what he's out there for.
Mm-hmm.
Like Davion, we were hoping that those things developed because it would have been, okay, the Kings could get an unsuspected surprise here if Davion can figure something out. There's not going to be any surprises with Jordan McLaughlin. I don't think there's hope that, he's entering his prime now and we're going to see the best basketball of his career. I think this is we know exactly what this guy is. And there's beauty in that he isn't a superstar or anything. He's just somebody who's going to be a junkyard dog. And if I feel like we're playing the Pistons, we're playing the Hornets, and we're coming out laissez-faire, I'm going to throw this dude out there and say, no. This is the kind of guy, this is the effort that we're going to reward today. And if you're not playing like Jordan, you're not playing today.
Fair enough. Welcome to Sacramento, Jordan McLaughlin. Coming up next, DeMar DeRozan on his love of the game. Also, Tim Legler is on that hopium. He is high on the Sacramento Kings. So should you. Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
This is so fun! I can't wait to go home!
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, we'll pay off your locked AT&T phone up to $650, and you'll get a new 5G phone for free.
Pay off via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits with qualifying planning credit plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or they stop and required finance agreement balance is due. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See T-Mobile.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Legend says that golf courses are made up of 18 holes because it took exactly 18 shots to finish a fifth of scotch. A shot per hole. As it turns out, the 18-hole limit came to be somewhat accidentally. In truth, there was no standard number of holes on a course. In the beginning, it might have been 11, 23, 15, or 7. St. Andrews, for example, had 22 holes until 1764 when 4 were merged to make it an 18-hole course. The exact date when 18 holes became the standard is a bit sketchy, but according to the British Golf Museum, the R&A issued new rules for its members in 1858, and Rule 1 stated, 1 round of the links or 18 holes is reckoned a match unless otherwise stipulated. We can only presume that this was slowly adopted throughout Britain. By the 1870s, more courses had 18 holes, and a round of golf was being accepted as consisting of 18 holes. Maybe not as romantic as the story of the bottle of scotch, but the truth is always stranger than fiction. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, and they have a special deal going right now just for you. Receive your first month's payment up to $1,500 on them on select new 2024 GLE vehicles or the all-new E-Class now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Rates begin at 1.99% APR on select certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Plus, you can always check out their other deals at mbofstockton.com or head on down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
Live and local. Live and local. This is Sacktown Sports.
1 hour. Tickets to see Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown. We want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline at 1 p.m. for your chance to win those tickets. As we said, DeMar DeRozan sat with just about anybody from the media that wanted to get a one-on-one with him, including our own Brendan Nunez. And we will have Brendan on at some point this week to talk about everything as far as DeMar DeRozan, what this means for Malik Monk, and things of that nature. But Chris, DeMar DeRozan and what he had to say on his love of the game, as we talked about just getting to know him more and things like that, it was pretty good stuff. And then we'll get into Tim Legler and how high he is on the Sacramento Kings. Real quick, Chris, when it does come to basketball, or I guess a sport in general, right? When it comes to a sport in general, how many sports would you say you love?
To watch or to play? Because I do think there is a difference. Like, I love playing baseball more than I like watching baseball.
Whatever you feel. When I ask you that question, however you identify.
I would say I love I would say in terms of sport, I would definitely put basketball up there for sure. I do have a love-hate with football, but I do love it ultimately. I don't know if I can say I love baseball. Because I think if I loved baseball, I would be more willing to watch the sport. Sure. And it's just so much funner to play than to watch for 9 innings. Yeah, and then soccer is a tough one for me where I really, really like it.
Love
but
is a strong word.
Especially with that sport. Like when there's real, like it's, it's almost like I tell people I don't like music, but that's because I know people who love music. Sure. And I would not say I love music in the same way that others who do love music really do. So I'll say two.
Okay.
I'll say 3 because I love golf. Okay. Yeah, golf counts.
But you'll watch golf.
Hesitantly, but
You'll watch Sunday.
But the sport itself, I do love the sport of golf.
Yeah. I think it's just 2. I think it's just baseball and basketball for me.
Really? So you would not say you love football?
No.
Like you watch it because it's just such a big thing.
I think it has to come. I think a lot of times you can grow to love something, but a lot of times it starts from when you're a kid and growing up with it. And it wasn't on when I was a kid, and you know what I mean?
Jason Campbell didn't captivate your attention?
It wasn't until about 11, 12 years old that year they went to the Super Bowl. We had neighbors that were huge Raider fans. My parents had no affiliation either way. Right. So that's just kind of what it was. All right, well, here is DeMar DeRozan on his love of basketball and what it means to him.
What do you love about the game? When you think about the game, like the purest form, like what do you love about it?
I mean, for me, it's
the imagination part for me. I remember being a kid doing a fadeaway falling on the bed. It's the whole. I'll put it like this. The intro to Space Jam.
Yes, of course.
That's to me. That's the game. That's exactly what I feel when I think of the game. So to get that feeling from the game, you can't do nothing but fully respect it and love the game. So that's. I've never used that analogy of the Space Jam, but that's exactly what it is.
That was Deucimo on the interview. Great stuff there. Chris, the more I hear,
DeMar, you hear? DeMar, you like it?
I don't want to do that. Okay. Everybody's been doing that. I've
seen the video, but
yeah,
I haven't heard anyone.
Everyone is doing it. I'm all in. I'm all in now.
On DeMar?
On the Kings.
Okay.
Right now.
What does all in entail for you?
Well, we'll talk about a little bit later on where the Kings are picked to finish in the division and how many wins we think the Kings will get. But let's just say I got a good number.
Okay.
It's a spicy number.
Okay.
It's a spicy number.
And his love of the game cemented it for you?
I just like his energy. I just think it's the energy that the Kings were missing last season. And probably the season prior, but everybody was hot all season, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think he's going to add a lot to this, and I feel like, it just feels like it hasn't quite hit yet. Like, I feel like people haven't fully let it sink in how good of a player DeMar is, and I think, I can just keep thinking about that Will Gottlieb interview that we did the other day, and him saying as well, like, this was a Bulls team that had no direction before DeMar got here. They were perennially in the lottery and perennially just kind of wasting away, and they get the Patrick Williams pick and all that stuff, and they don't really have a direction. And then DeMar comes and he just instantly, as their number one option, turns them into a successful team, and success is relative there, but they turn him from a perennial lottery team all the way up to a perennial play-in team. And I just think if that's what DeMar does as the number one option, now that he's the 2 option, possibly the 3 option here in Sacramento, I would say he's probably more leaning towards the 2nd option. But I think with the amount of talent he has around him, people are still viewing DeMar DeRozan as the ISO heavy scorer who's the best player on that team. But how good is your team if it's led by DeMar? That is not the situation that he's in now. He is the 2nd option. He's around more talent than you can argue he's ever been around. You could argue that, when he was in San Antonio, LaMarcus Aldridge was probably his best teammate. I'm trying to think of some of the teammates he had early in Toronto, but, Kyle Lowry and guys like that. But I don't think he's ever had as much talent as what he has surrounding him right now in Sacramento. And you could argue he's playing his best basketball of his career right now at the age of 34, 35. So I'm right there with you that I think we should be feeling a lot better than what it feels like. It feels like everybody's collectively hedging their bets with this, especially from the King side. I get the national media not being super excited about being in on the Kings, but even from a local perspective, it does feel like, yes, there's definitely a level of excitement and definitely heightened awareness of what's going on with the Kings situation. But I don't think people have fully let it set in or fully maybe even understand how better this team got with just the addition of DeMar DeRozan.
It's gonna be a move.
It's gonna be DeMarvelous.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I remember DeMar, all I want to see is one of his patented 360 layups.
Oh, yeah.
I need to see.
He could pass out of it, too. He had a pass last year where he 360'd and then threw it over his shoulder to the corner.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is new. This is good stuff right here.
It's electrifying. He's an athlete, Air Force Ones. He's an athlete.
Leave it alone. That was so long ago. All right. Well, I'm not the only one that's high on the move, and Chris isn't either, and the rest of the Kings fans. Tim Legler, we do have someone in national media who really likes to move for the Sacramento Kings. This is what he had to say.
Playoff team, and now DeMar DeRozan, to me, gives them reason to think they can challenge for the top 4 in the Western Conference. And I think they're probably right, because he's just such a consistent, pencil-it-in production guy. And it's so much better than what they had at that spot. And I think now their offense is just much more diverse in the ways that they can score and the ways that they can beat you. So I love this move for Sacramento. I love what you said in the beginning. You didn't see it coming, neither did I. This one caught me completely off guard. I did not hear anything about this prior to really the news getting released. So credit the Kings. They got it done. He met with Mike Brown. I have a lot of faith in Mike Brown, and I like this team a lot more than I did before this trade.
Tim Legler with some bars right there. That's the main thing. Everybody is focused on the spacing.
Yep.
We watched the games.
Yeah.
Okay. We saw how it just turned into a 3-point contest. And if they weren't going in, the Kings just didn't have a shot.
Yeah.
Besides Sabonis and his pump fakes and De'Aaron Fox, what he can do offensively. They needed another layer. They needed a counter, and DeMar DeRozan is that counter. They're going to be able to challenge some teams in the West, and whether or not that means that they will be the 1 seed and hoist Larry O'Brien,
doesn't have to be that.
Doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be one thing or the other. So that's great stuff from Tim Legler. Right
Yeah, I love it. There's some perspective, like you said. Like, it doesn't have to be, this move cements the Kings as title contenders. No, I mean, it's about getting yourself in the conversation, being better than you were before, and crazy things happen. People get hurt. The Kings could put themselves in a really good situation where you could argue they have one of the best big threes in the league. Not many people, especially with the new CBA, are going the big three route. It's really tough to get 3 quote unquote superstars underneath one roof. And I think the Kings are one of the few teams who have it. And yeah, it's not a perfect fit, but I think that the talent around them is definitely being slept on. And, you still have Malik Monk, who's an electrifying scorer. You have Keegan Murray, who's only getting better year over year. I think that's great to hear Legler, someone like Tim Legler, who has been grossly underutilized at ESPN, by the way. It's great to hear him.
Not enough hot takes.
Not enough. Yeah, exactly. They can't put him on first take.
No.
Maybe if JJ was still there, they can find a place for him.
Yeah, his bag.
He's been there for a minute.
His bag is literally just he comes in. It's not a bad bag, by the way. And
I feel like I only see him on SportsCenter.
Scott Van Pelt asks him about 3 questions, and he goes about his day.
Yep.
It's not a bad life.
No,
it's not a bad life, but Tim Legler, you can come to Sacramento anytime you want.
Anytime.
And these games might be lit. Let's talk about the Sean Cunningham thing.
Yeah.
Is Kendrick gonna be in the building at some? He said DeMar DeRozan said they're pretty close to family.
Yeah, he did say that.
Pretty close to family. Yep. If Kendrick is in the building, I don't know what I'd do.
We got to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if his tour.
Like us.
Yeah, actually, he might.
If his tour,
he might dodge us just for that.
Yeah,
he might dodge us just for that.
They not like us.
We need you to replace the "not like us" with the "nothing."
They like us.
I understand what he was trying to do, Nate. I understand what DJ Bedhead was. What would you give it out of 10? What do we give it that mix?
The table.
All right. Well, now you just lost a point.
I think it's
going down.
Yeah, it was pretty lackadaisical. I would honestly put that DJ Bedhead at like a 4. Like I
out of 10?
A 4 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not liking the placement. I'm really not liking the placement of it at all. You need to replace it. Not like us. That's not how the song goes at all.
I was gonna go soft 6.
I did replace not
No,
like
you
us. It's
didn't.
the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. It's
soft
a lead-up.
6.
It's
I
the
would
last one.
have taken all the not like us out. And
See,
I
the
would've just
problem
done
is he
nothing
says
like
it to. I made this in about 5 minutes.
No, well then take another.
Take another stab at it.
Take another swing at it.
All right, I think I will.
Coming up
You made
next,
me and Zachariah that wonderful rejoiner that
Yeah,
one time.
dude,
You
I
made
was
that in
really
5
hoping
minutes.
cooking.
We'd forget about
No,
that
never,
era.
Never,
Cooking.
Never forget.
Coming up next, who is the best in the West and who has won the offseason so far? Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
This segment is brought to you by Kia Vacaville. Check them out at KiaVacaville.com.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, we'll pay off your locked AT&T phone up to $650, and you'll get a new 5G phone for free.
Pay off via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Free phone up to $830 via 24 monthly bill credits with qualifying plan and credit, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or they stop and required finance agreement balance is due. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See T-Mobile.com.
Sacktown Sports. Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
279 saying, Allen, come join the dark side. Raider Nation welcomes everyone. I'm already there. 279.
Been there. Yeah, you've been there.
I'm already there. It's just, it's rough.
Yeah.
I was at the last game at the Coliseum.
Were you really?
When they,
Wow.
I believe
When
that
they
was
botched it.
when they lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Oof.
Derek
Like
Carr
last
couldn't even
sec-
get that right.
It was those Del Rio days. I can't even remember.
Ooh.
I think was he still there?
I'm trying to think. I remember because Marshawn was obviously there. I'm trying to.
And what
remember.
was that? Was
it
that
Gruden? It might have been
2016? With the year
I
he
think it
broke
was
his
Gruden.
foot? Derek Carr.
when they
I
were
think
hot
so,
and
yeah.
then in the
That was
playoffs.
the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The year for what though?
I think
They
they're
would've
going.
made some
I think they're going.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you probably have
They're
better
getting
memory
deep.
of that team.
They're
they
getting
were a
deep.
good team. They were
Yeah,
a
they were good.
really good team. That
They're
year.
getting
And
deep.
Connor Cook just.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I went to.
They played the Texans, I think. And
Oh,
it was
Gruden.
Connor Cook.
It was Gruden.
Oh my! It was Connor Cook against
It was Gruden.
Savage. Remember Tom Savage? I think his name was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was like the
it was
worst
19.
quarterback battle ever in a wild card.
If I'm not mistaken, if that timing works out, no, because that would have been hockey would have been going on, right? During that time,
Hockey is it like
It would have
NHL.
been starting.
It starts in October. Hockey lines up with basketball.
That
Yeah.
playoff, that playoffs, obviously it was in
Yeah.
January, so
Probably
hockey was
January,
going on.
yeah.
So we went down, we doubled it up,
Really?
and we
That's
went.
awesome.
That's
We
dope.
we went to San Jose and watched the Sharks game,
Uh-huh.
and then we said, hey, we're gonna, because everyone kept telling us, hey, San Jose's a low key a good time.
Yeah, I hear. Yeah,
went
San
to
Jose,
went to the Sharks
downtown was
game,
dope.
and then after that, we're gonna wake up, we're gonna find a place to watch the Raiders, even though we knew it was Connor Cook, and it was just we
Terrible.
found a really nice, really great bar to go to, and it was just terrible.
Wasted.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, the
Completely
cheesesteak was good, the Philly cheesesteak was
Yeah.
good, but that was.
I remember there was a punt return. For
Yeah,
that
it was
game.
just bad stuff. 209 is saying Fox DeRozan greater than Luka and Kyrie with the greater than sign.
Probably not. Probably not. I think Luka's carrying a lot of weight there. No pun intended.
Is that technically a backcourt too? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Why
Yeah,
not?
Luka
Yeah.
shows up. I mean, when you
Yeah.
look up stuff, he's under point
Yeah,
guard.
he's
I was
guard,
talking about
yeah.
DeRozan being a 3.
Oh, yeah. That's a little complicated too. But even just as
Just because I
And just
know
as a
like
duo, even.
Herter or Monk is going to be in that 2 spot.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for sure.
As we get into the best in the West and who has won the offseason so far, Chris, I have up all the transactions. We're trying to keep it to the Western Conference for who has won the offseason so far for the West. And obviously, okay, so you have the Mavericks adding Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, and Klay Thompson. The Nuggets have really done nothing besides get Dario Saric.
Yeah.
You have the Warriors with Kyle Anderson, Buddy Hield, D'Anthony Melton, and Lindy Waters the third.
Sure.
The Rockets haven't really done much. Clippers, obviously, they lose Paul George, so there's no way. Lakers, they retain LeBron and
get
sign
Bronny.
Max
Come
Christie on a 4-year deal. Yeah, they get Dalton Connect and Bronny. Grizzlies, literally, I'm on NBA.com. It just says none for everything. Re-signing, additions, departures. How do you have nothing?
They are them.
How do you have nothing? You have the Timberwolves haven't done much. Pelicans, Daniel Tice.
Timberwolves got Rob Dillingham.
Timberwolves, Rob Dillingham. And yeah, they don't. NBA doesn't actually count the draft picks. Yeah, they did add Joe Ingles though.
Jingles.
And Pelicans, Daniel Tice and DeJounte Murray.
Yeah,
that's an interesting one. Thunder just re-signed people. The Suns just re-signed people. Obviously, you have the Kings. Spurs get Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul. Jazz, nada. So it's really between, in my opinion, the Pelicans, the Kings, and the Mavs as far as the best offseason. Yeah. You could throw the Spurs and the Warriors in there if you want.
Yeah.
But between the Pelicans, the Mavs, and the Kings, who has had the best offseason so far?
I'll say first that ESPN is definitely not taking the Kings or the Pelicans. I'll tell you that. Off of all those names, they would much rather talk about, clearly it's the Mavericks. They get Klay Thompson. He's the best shooter ever.
Right.
Clearly it's the Warriors because, they lose Klay Thompson, but they get a lot of under-the-radar signings, and I can sound smart by talking about how good DeAnthony Melton and Kyle Anderson are. So, the Pelicans definitely have a shout. I'm trying to not be biased here, but I do think it's the Kings so far. Like, if you're just saying who won the offseason, the Kings re-signed Mike Brown to a long-term extension. They signed Malik Monk after he was potentially going to leave, if not get more money in free agency. For them to get him at the dollar figure they did with no sweat about it at all is huge. And then DeMar, they get rid of HB and bring in DeMar. I think that's a clear and obvious talent upgrade. I think it's the Kings, no doubt. You could give a shout to San Antonio, but I think that's not really impacting the actual not the standings, but San Antonio is not affecting the outcome of the season at all. It feels like if we're talking high end, like who made the biggest landscape shifting move, I think it's the Kings in terms of their offseason, but it can/will definitely be the Pelicans if/when they make the Brandon Ingram deal.
And you think the Brandon Ingram situation is just a matter of fit? So, by the way, Brandon Ingram looking for $200 million.
$200 million extension.
And this whole situation with the market is coming down to, hey, just because you can get paid that doesn't mean that we feel like we have to pay you.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
And Brandon Ingram's thinking, well, I can make this. Yeah, you can.
You can. You sure can.
We don't want to pay. Chris, anybody, you get paid a lot of money, right? Doesn't mean I want to give you that money.
Exactly.
Go downstairs right now. Hey, I can get paid this if you didn't know.
Yeah, and there's just, I don't get it. That might be market value for Brandon Ingram, but you got to find somebody who's willing to do it. And I just don't know who that one. I know we say, a sucker is born every day, and it just takes one team and all that. But I seriously can't figure it out when you're talking about $50 million. And it's not only the dollar figure too; it's the shots. Like Brandon Ingram is going to require 18 plus shots a game. How many teams out there have an open slot for 18 shots a game? No good ones, I'll tell you that. None of the best teams in the league.
He is probably the most confusing player. He is right on that line of, do I want to pay you that money? Do I want to not pay you that money? I mean, you saw the extension, and it's different because he's a different contract, but the Cade Cunningham, the Pistons, and sometimes it's just about, as we talked about, I think it was during a roundtable, what other choice do they have?
Yeah, exactly.
The Pelicans have a choice.
Yes.
The Pistons did not.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of these teams don't have choices.
Just make a trade with the Blazers. The Blazers are the most obvious team. They have all the centers. They have DeAndre Ayton, who makes 20 mil.
Centers.
They have no need for him. They have Rob Williams. They have Klingon. They have the 18 shots available, though I know the young guys there probably want those shots because they Shaden Sharp and Scoot Henderson like to put the ball up there.
Well, and Anthony Simons.
I forgot about Anthony. My goodness, that's like 90 shots.
That team makes absolutely no sense. That's got to be the worst.
Throw Brandon Ingram in there because he's like, I don't know where I should go either.
We're just gonna vibe.
Yeah, misery loves company.
916 is saying, don't forget about OKC as they get Hartenstein. Everyone, that is Hartenstein is the sexiest name.
Yeah, you're not winning the offseason overpaying Isaiah Hartenstein.
If you talk about who gained the most from the playoffs, you
could argue getting Caruso for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, Caruso and Hartenstein.
That's a great addition, and especially for a distressed asset like Josh Giddey. But I just think what the Kings did was, I truly think that the Kings getting DeMar DeRozan, re-signing Malik Monk, and re-signing their head coach is a more impressive and a more accomplished offseason than, you traded Alex Caruso, who is great, but is not, he's nothing. He's not as good as DeMar DeRozan is.
No, I wouldn't say that. If we open it up to both the Eastern and Western Conference, the 209 is bringing up the Sixers and saying it's not even close.
Well, the Sixers also had literally Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey signed at the beginning of the offseason. So they were always naturally going to have big splashes. But, I mean, you know, they got Paul George. I'll have to look at how their roster is shaping up now, but you know, I don't necessarily feel like the Sixers ran away with the offs. They definitely got the biggest name. They got Paul George.
They got Paul George.
How do the pieces fit together?
And they give Maxey the bag. Yeah, but to the Texans' point, if we're going to bring up the Spurs, you got to bring up the Thunder. If you're going to bring up the Spurs, I would bring up the Thunder probably before the Spurs in terms of better offseason. Just some of the other teams, Chris, from the Eastern Conference. Okay, so additions. I mean, the Sixers is what they did. They re-signed your boy, Kelly Oubre. He's blowing kisses to somebody right now. And Tyrese Maxey. They get Andre Drummond, Paul George, Eric Gordon, and Caleb Martin.
Yeah. No, that's really good. That is really, really good. Yeah, I would definitely put that in the top tier. And I mean, yeah, for sure. They just had the money to do it. So they were always going to sign the best. I mean, sure, whatever. I guess you can still win the off. You can still throw that money at bad players.
Sure.
I guess, but
I mean,
they definitely
Rockets
signed good player options for sure. So I will not discredit anything the Sixers did. It's just they had the most money and they were the best team. So they were always going to have a good offseason in that sense.
Contavious Caldwell-Pope goes to the Magic. That was the only addition. They just re-signed a bunch of people. But, you know, if we're counting Malik Monk, I guess you can count that as well. New York Knicks, Mikal Bridges, right? And Bates Diop, right? So that's two additions.
That's
and then they re-signed OG Anunoby, which got a little dicey. The Timberwolves didn't do much. The Bucks, Taurean Prince and DeLon Wright.
No.
So that's enough. And they essentially lose Malik Beasley. The Heat have just added Alec Burks, which that's really it.
Yeah.
These other teams, the Clippers. They lost Paul George, but can I interest you in a Mo Bamba, Nicholas Batum, Derrick Jones Jr., and Kevin Porter Jr.?
No, you can't. But it's fine. I mean, you know, it's not like they, you know, we're listing off teams that literally did nothing. And like Mo Bamba's a good risk to take. Kevin Porter Jr. is a decent basketball player. He's not a good human, but he's a decent basketball player. And you know, I think those signings are decent considering you lose such a big piece like Paul George. But I don't think it's good enough to really hold them in the position that they were even at before. So I wonder, do you think Cleveland's a winner of this offseason for keeping? I mean, we like going into the offseason, it was Darius Garland's gone.
We just haven't heard anything.
Donovan Mitchell's gone. Jared Allen's on every trade block possible. Evan Mobley had some whispers for a second there, and they managed to keep them all, I guess, right? Like it could be a bad keeping it all, but they retained it.
Kenny Atkinson, I think that was the biggest acquisition for them. I mean, keeping Donovan Mitchell and Kenny Atkinson to right the ship with the two big men. James Wiseman goes to the Pacers. That's the only thing besides their re-signings. Aaron Holiday for the Rockets and AJ Griffin via trade.
Okay.
Yeah, and then last but not least, we got to get to the other side, but the Detroit Pistons re-signing Brendan's boy Simon Fontecchio and Cade Cunningham. And then the additions, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, Wendell Moore Jr., and Paul Reed. That is a ragtag bunch right there. But it's better than nothing. All right, coming up next. Oh, last but not least, Chris Duarte, Josh Giddey, Jalen Smith go to Chicago, and they re-sign Patrick Williams. It's his team now. Coming up next, we continue the conversation. Was Klay Thompson done dirty at his press conference? Also, the Kings will give you their odds to win the division. You taking it? And how many wins for your Sacramento Kings this upcoming season? Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports. Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting. Endless waves crashing on a beach. Kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere. Certainly not in California. Not even one piece. Good news? If we work together, we will change it all. Clean California. Zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
Everyone Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthabite.net.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
18 number one. What was I thinking about? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Nothing like us. 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 Nothing like us.
Showdown Sports. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Yeah, that was worse.
You're giving that worse?
I think that was worse.
Well, now you've heard both. Does that bump
No.
Nace up?
No. Two wrongs don't make a right.
But if you said it's worse, then it's, I guess it doesn't move, but it is.
No, I mean yours is just a 4, and that was like a 2.5, a 3.
Well, I think there's good effort in there, but
The effort was not the question. It's about execution.
Yeah. I gave you a soft 6.
Tough grader. Hey,
Nate. Quote of the day from the
Verlad wants you to make one. He had to tell me to tell you that. Sorry.
Okay. I got you.
Garage Band. Fire it up.
You got this segment.
Audacity.
Right?
From the 279. Quote of the day, as far as Kevin Porter Jr. He's not a good human, but he's a good basketball player.
I said he's decent. So he's a decent basketball.
You have them cracking up, Chris.
Terrible person.
You have them
all-time terrible person.
Cracking up. And we get into the Kings and what we think they're going to do in the division. This is what they are listed at. They are plus 400 to win the division. Okay. They are behind the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers, and then it goes Sacramento Kings. After that, the Clippers, and then the Warriors. They have better odds than the Clippers and the Warriors, as presently constructed, Chris, if the season started tomorrow, how many wins for the Sacramento Kings?
Put it at 50, I guess. 48 to 50 is probably where I would land right now. And, that's obviously just a guess, but, I feel like they're definitely improved from last season. I think 50 might put you at the 5 seed or maybe right at the 6 seed from last year's standings. I think they're definitely improved, and I more so agree that they're not one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the Western Conference, but I definitely think that they're a very, very formidable opponent, and will probably beat more of the bad teams in the league. And I think they might have some top end team problems, but I think that they'll take care of business on most nights.
Clippers were the 4 seed with 51 wins. Mavericks were the 5 seed with 50 on the nose.
Beautiful.
Suns were the 6 seed with 49.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to me that the Lakers are plus 275. That's just all fandom. That's all
ridiculous.
Laker fans putting money on it.
It's ridiculous. I'm looking here at the difference between the Timberwolves and the Clippers last season. The 51 for the 4 seed and 56 for the 3 seed. I think that is what is giving me hope. I don't know that there's going to be that gap next season. I think that there could be a 3 seed with 53. I just don't know that 56 that's a great season to be a 3 seed.
I mean, 3 of the 4 best teams were in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 56 for the Timberwolves, and the Thunder and the Nuggets had 57. I just feel like if you can get to 52, you should on a normal season, you should be a 3 or a 4 seed.
Yeah, I would think so. And I think that's the thing that the Kings should try and that should be their goal. Their realistic goal for the season is trying to get home court playoff advantage. And then, you let the rest play out, getting that first round series at home. The Kings right now, we say it's not a linear development, but after missing out on the playoffs last year, getting a first round win does feel like that would be kind of setting the timeline back in order here as we went from being a 3 seed to being a 9 seed and then not making the playoffs. It feels like if the Kings want to really kind of firmly stamp themselves in as last year was a blip, this is really who we're going to be moving forward. That should be kind of the range in which the Kings are looking to land. And I feel like they're there already. I mean, I know that a lot of people feel like they have to make the move in order for the team to be more of a complete puzzle. But I even think as currently constructed, there's no perfect teams out there besides the Celtics. I don't think anybody is really built with no flaws. I think every team has some flaws. It's just the Kings ones might be a little bit more obvious. And I think that people aren't really, while they're highlighting the flaws, I feel like they're really not highlighting how good offensively this team can definitely be.
Yeah, and now you have me ticked off at this Lakers thing and also the Suns because it
shouldn't be that big of a gap. I understand having them maybe in front of them, but like a plus 200 gap between the Kings and the Suns is insane. You can double your money putting it on the Kings instead of the Suns.
As far as the Suns are concerned, and we just went through what moves have been made and what moves haven't been made. As far as the Suns are concerned, do you think that their idea, so again, they added Monty Morris, and Mason Plumlee, and they re-signed Bol, Damian Lee, and Royce O'Neal. All right. They lose Drew Eubanks and Eric Gordon. Are they just this, I don't want to say generation because it was only a couple years ago, but with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard being broken up, as far as the Clippers are concerned, and everybody just gave if they figure it out. Is that what this is happening here?
Yes.
Hey, if they figure it out.
Yep, that's what they should be called, the if they figure it out team.
Yeah.
Because they're never going to. I mean, there's always going to be something. KD's now a year older than he was last year, getting closer and closer, calf strains in the summer, things like that. Devin Booker's also playing with the Olympic team.
Yeah.
He's not going to get much of a rest. Bradley Beal,
is Bradley Beal?
Yeah, the dude's averaging 17 points a game, getting paid $50 million a year. So it's I think that they're always going to be they're always going to be good as long as the 3 of them or two of the 3, I guess, can be healthy for 50 plus games. I would guess they'll be a playoff team pretty locked in, but I don't think that they'll ever win a title. I don't think they're deep enough. Everybody asks questions about the Kings defense. No one's asking questions about the Suns defense at that level as well. I can't imagine a 37-year-old Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, who's on the wrong side of his prime. You have Nurkic at center. Is Nurkic any better of a defensive center than Sabonis is?
Yeah.
Not by much, if at all. I feel like, that team is perpetually just going to be 4 to as low as a 7 seed. And, they can definitely make some noise. They're the team that you probably don't want to play in a first round series, especially if you are a top 4 seed. But, realistically, in terms of if you're actually having title aspirations, I don't think there's anything to worry about from the Suns.
And another thing that nobody is talking about, and I get it, he is just right in the middle of his prime.
New coach, too.
Grayson Allen had a ridiculous season.
Crazy.
He shot, Chris, you know what he shot from 3-point?
I think he led the league. I'll say 46%.
46%.
Dang. Come on.
46%.
Yeah.
It was the highest point average of his career.
Can you say Kevin Huerter season?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they got the 6th seed in part because of Grayson Allen playing out of his mind. That one game where the Kings ended up blowing 7 threes, and he set a record at some point.
Yeah, I think it was in the first half.
You're still going to have some of these. You're not going to be healthy all season long. There's no way Bradley Beal is going to be healthy all season long. Kevin Durant, I think he played the most out of the big three. I know Devin Booker missed a lot of time at the beginning. So that just is bizarre. It's not bizarre to me because they're the best in theory team ever.
Yeah.
They're the best in theory team ever. In
Kevin
theory,
Durant and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Figure the rest
on
out.
paper. They're hashtag team on paper.
Yep. And now they got Budenholzer too. Who only succeeds in the regular season. So I don't think there's anything. Maybe that's why, there's such a big gap in the regular season differential between the Suns and the Kings because, Budenholzer is a great regular season coach. Mm-hmm. I just think the Kings are just as talented, if not more, and I think they're deeper than Phoenix. So,
and their defense is trash.
Yeah, I've got no problem. And I don't think the Kings are afraid of Phoenix at all. Last year, if we remember correctly, the Kings beat the hell out of Phoenix every time they played them, and on 2 or 3 of those occasions, there were major comebacks where the Kings were literally up 20, let go of the rope a bit, and then Phoenix came back and won those games. I don't think the Kings have
you got the
any
stopper.
fear of them. And DeRozan's
you got
here
the stopper now.
Exactly, 100%.
925. What happens to the odds when the Lakers get the marketing? Get marketing? Who's your source? Who's your source? 925.
That's when you really put your money on.
I haven't heard that at all.
Because the Lakers will go through the roof. They'll probably be minus odds at that point, and that's when you hammer the Kings line.
Who is your source?
Yeah, that's
925 because I haven't heard that anyway.
Shoulder.
I don't know who they would possibly give up for to get him either.
Can I interest you in a Rui Hachimura?
Do they have picks? I don't even know what the Lakers pick situation
Bronny.
is. Yeah, they got Bronny. Right. That'd
knee
be great.
inflammation.
What if Danny Ainge is just like, give me Bronny. You can have Lauri Markkanen, but give me Bronny. That's it.
They wouldn't do it.
I'll say, you know what? Give me a first-round pick just so it doesn't look too crazy, but I want Bronny.
Yeah.
Do it.
Austin Reeves is apparently quote-unquote untouchable, right?
That's right.
Allegedly.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what that's. I think you need Austin Reeves on that team. What's up? Speaking of, what's up with D'Lo?
I think that he's just I think that nobody has interest in him, and I'm pretty sure he can't get more. I think it's $18 million that the Lakers are going to pay him with the player option or team option. I would think that he's just going to play the year out with the Lakers.
What if you had you're a GM and your hands are tied behind your back, or you're going to lose your job and you have to take either D'Lo or Zach LaVine? Who do you take?
I'll take D'Lo. I'll eat it for a year.
My stop!
I'll eat it for a year.
By the way, speaking of, we were talking yesterday about Zach LaVine and how I was starting to feel bad for him, and then I remembered how much he gets paid.
Yeah.
I shout out, this is Elon's Twitter now.
Sure.
I then saw he tweeted yesterday.
Zach did?
Yes.
Okay.
Stay present, and then a locked emoji in. Stay present, locked in. Someone's gonna get a dog with a chip on their shoulder. Stay present, locked in.
Yep, for 40 games. Then it's cooked.
$1 million a game.
The fact that you would take D'Lo,
$1 million a game is crazy.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
Yeah, that's also true.
One, right?
That's freaking.
What a great business model.
Oh my God, I need to see those. You know how they always do the breakdowns of Patrick Mahomes is going to make $100,000 a snap. Those. It's like How many is Zach
Or
making?
Shohei a pitch.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't stand those. Or an at bat. All right. Coming up next was Klay Thompson done dirty at his press conference, fair or foul. Also, we have Hard Knocks with the New York Giants and breaking down different QB audio, getting into a little bit of football. Then we close out the show and get you ready for the NorCal showdown, the battle in NorCal, Sacramento versus Bay, Part 18. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Granger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Some people just know safe drivers save more with Allstate. Just like they know a saxophone solo makes any song smoother. See? Smooth. And they know if you're a safe driver, you can save up to 40% with Allstate. Now that's nice.
Based on the national average premium savings for Allstate customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness, sir, your scent Maraca is amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Waterbury.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew, Allsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep, Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's alsco.com.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
Down Sports.
Jontay Porter, brother of Michael Porter Jr., has pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud in a case tied to a betting scandal from earlier this year and could face a little over 4 years in prison. Porter received a lifetime ban from the NBA for violating the league's gaming rules, and you have just played the game. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Prize picks, huh?
All right. Nicely done.
I mean, come on, man. Like, this is it's kind of crazy. I think you were saying it. You were kind of surprised during the break, but it is pretty crazy that this dude is possibly going to serve jail time for lying about an injury. It's kind of, I mean, and obviously there's a lot that went into the background of it, but it's just crazy. Like you said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's like, I don't think when he was telling his homies, like, yeah, man, I don't really feel like playing. I bet you, not literally, but I bet you that I can get out of this game and we can make some money. I don't think he was expecting all this. So I think he probably just thought he was going to get away with it easy. Like, he was probably thinking this is such a small thing. There's no way it's going to.
I mean,
but we know that he had like 10 people putting like $100K up for him.
Yeah, you got to be pretty
stupid.
Yeah, whatever word you want to use to pull that off. So, all right, there you go, Jontay Porter. We'll see what happens there. Fair foul, Chris. Klay Thompson, as we mentioned, you have Jalen McDaniels, right? And some of the additions, and Jordan McLaughlin, some of the additions to the Kings, they haven't been all together. Obviously, Devin Carter, that timing wasn't the same. And then you have DeMar DeRozan, who they really did it. They did it all out for DeMar DeRozan, which we appreciate. So Klay Thompson, when he did his presser, he did his presser, and not alone. He was with Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes. Fair or foul, did Klay deserve his own press conference?
I think so. I mean, that's a future Hall of Famer. It's I'm trying to think the biggest signing Dallas has had free agency wise. I mean, it's definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest that they've had, at least in the last 10, 15 years that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. I mean, like you said, we just did ours with DeMar and without Jordan McLaughlin. Why couldn't they have done it with just Klay,
Yeah.
I think you're kind of screwing over the other two guys, though, because like all the questions
100%
are going to be going to Klay.
100%.
So if anything, it's foul for the other two signees.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't
let them get their
that's kind of my issue. Like, imagine if the Kings did that, like they did Jalen McDaniels and DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
Right.
It would not
getting no question.
Yeah, not a single
McLaughlin
one.
Right.
You gonna ask
I don't know why
Jalen
they
about
did
the
that.
Drake Kendrick beef? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I don't know logistically.
Second class organization, I guess.
That's right.
Cuban's on the way out.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already on the way out.
Are they up for sale right now?
No, they already sold.
Cuban, he still does. He have a minority at all?
I think after
He's
this
still there.
season, he officially relinquishes all power.
Wow,
I think he'll have some minority stake that allows him to sit courtside, essentially. But in terms of decision making, he's officially out after this year.
Dang, what do the Sharks have to say about that?
Well, we'll talk to Damon.
Well, I think he quit that too. He quit the Sharks.
No way.
Yeah, he quit the
What's
Shark
he doing?
Tank. Yeah.
Is he just trying
He announced that like the week after he sold.
I mean, he's been doing it's been going for a while.
He just looks so
you turn
young.
on MSNBC and that thing's on
all day.
You get Mr. Wonderful's bald head just all over the screen.
Yeah. And Lori. I like Lori.
I don't
Shout
really
out our
know
guy
him.
Damon.
And of course, Damon. Love Damon as
Fubu
well.
legend.
That's right. He sold that too. Here is Klay Thompson getting introduced, and then we have sound on Klay Thompson talking about his last game with the Warriors, which, as we know, was against the Sacramento Kings. But this is Klay getting introduced.
And then part two, at this point in my career, I mean, still can't leave me open. And I can guard, and I'm just excited. I still think I can do what I've been able to do. And it's just about being in the best shape I can possibly be. But I know I can help this team, whether it's the knowledge I've gained or big scoring nights. I just still know I can be a very, very good player in this league.
So Warrior fans are salty that Klay is now being this Zen master, if you will, and hey, I'm just so humble and I don't want big score. I just want to help the team any way I can. So there's some Warrior fans that are feeling as if Klay is changing his tune a little bit, and why didn't you want to do that for the Warriors? And I've heard counterpoints saying, well, that's because you wanted Klay to do that for Podziemski and Kuminga, exactly. Not Kyrie and Luka and a team that just went to the finals against a team that didn't even make it out. It's not a team that there were no additions to be made. Hey, Klay, we want you to take a back seat to we just got marketing or whoever. We want you to take a back seat to Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah, I could understand why you'd be a little salty about
this. Is the same Klay that was smashing cups on the sideline. If you guys don't forget,
that's right.
How much worse he was in the locker room.
Hey, the reports came out.
He was a bad man.
Right.
Just
worse than Draymond.
I've heard. Draymond gets all the attention.
I know. Klay's a bad one.
Jason Dumas. All right, here's Klay talking about when everything ended for him a couple months ago in Sacramento.
Oh, that was at the Golden One Center, and a lot of uncertainty. Our season ended. My contract was coming up, so I just remember I'm gonna soak this all in. Didn't have the best night, obviously, going scoreless, getting beat by 24. It still stings, but I just remember I'm just gonna take this all in because there's nothing guaranteed in pro sports. Whether I get a contract extension or I'm somewhere else, while I was still in that Warriors uniform, I'm looking up and I'm seeing Warriors fans littered throughout the arena. I was still very grateful in that moment. I just wanted to take it all in because you never know when a good thing comes to an end.
I'm just so grateful for my opportunity, and I hope I get a contract, and I don't want much, but run me my money, though. Run me my money, though. Run me what I'm owed, and run me what I believe I deserve. That was Klay Thompson. Coming up next, we go to a little bit of football talk, American football, as 3 QBs during the draft process impress the Giants, the New York Giants. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sac Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Nighttime is the right time to track your golf ball's flight time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying the Top Tracer technology where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks. You can compete against your friends in a variety of games or just practice with the Top Tracer television technology. There's food when you're hungry from the Hangout food truck or enjoy a craft beer on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And don't forget the summer-long free concert schedule. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until midnight, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Slash presents Serpent Festival, a celebration of the blues. Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley, starring Slash, Warren Haynes Band, Samantha Fish, and Eric Gales. It's gonna be a steep climb. Don't miss an all-star night of blues, Friday, July 12th at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Serpent Festival.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal, all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com, and Amici's delivers.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzling Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzling Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
You don't want to miss the Kia of Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to drive home in a brand new Kia with leases starting as low as $169 per month, plus bonus cash. Whether you're eyeing the stylish Kia Soul, the versatile Kia Sportage, the luxurious Telluride, or the efficient Kia Forte, we've got the perfect model to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come into Kia Vacaville today and experience our incredible selection of vehicles, outstanding customer service, and unbeatable deals. Kia Vacaville's friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you find your dream car and to make the entire process seamless and enjoyable. Imagine cruising through this summer to Tahoe or the beach in a brand new spacious Kia, making memories with family and friends. Don't wait. These deals won't last long. Visit Kia Vacaville today and turn your dream into reality. Make this summer one to remember with a new Kia from Kia Vacaville. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
It is time. Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner, is coming to Sacktown, and we want to get you in the building next Friday for the 38 special experience. All you have to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Right. I didn't say it yet. We don't even know what number it is. Nate's going to pick it right here. Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Looking for caller number
7.
Caller number 7. Got to be timely with this one. Siete to score that pair of tickets. Check out an unforgettable night from Southern Rock, courtesy of Thunder Valley Casino Resort. For more information, visit SactownSports.com. Caller number 7. Caller number 7. I see you waiting. Caller number 7. They're building up now. Caller number 7. Caller number 7. For your tickets to see Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Nate will handle that. And Chris, you said you had something from our guy Mike Scotto.
Yes. First off, I do want to say that there is they just completed, the NBA they just finalized their 11-year $76 billion with a billion dollar contract with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon. They are saying that beginning in the 25-26 season, the NBA will air nationally televised games 7 days a week once the NFL season ends. On Monday, the game will be on Peacock. On Tuesday, it'll be on NBC. Wednesday, ESPN. Thursday on Amazon. Friday on ESPN and Amazon. Saturday on ESPN and Amazon. And then Sunday will be on NBC and ESPN. So the NBA already trying to take over the sports calendar. Once the NFL is over, they will now be 7 days a week on the national scene once the NFL season is over. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, we have details on the DeMar DeRozan contract, and more specifically on the not the incentives, but the things that in his third year, as we know, it's an unguaranteed third year. And he's making, I think, 40. What did Sean Cunningham came out with the numbers? I think it was 49 million guaranteed over the first 2 years. And the third year had a $10 million partially guarantee. Let me read the Mike Scotto tweet here. This is from about 10 minutes ago. He says, sources, the Sacramento Kings signed DeMar DeRozan to a 3-year deal up to as much as $76.7 million, including $3 million in unlikely bonuses and a partial guarantee of $10 million. So it's a $10 million guaranteed contract in 26-27. That partial guarantee can go from 10 to 12 million if he's an all-star in 25 or in 26. It can increase to 14 million if he's selected to not one but both all-star games in 25 and 26. And it becomes a fully guaranteed deal. I love this. It becomes a fully guaranteed deal if the Kings reach the NBA Finals in 25-26 or 26-27, and DeMar plays at least 60 games. So those are your official contract details for DeMar DeRozan. First 2 years guaranteed at the dollar figure that's being publicized, $25 million a year. The third year, as it currently stands, is a $10 million contract. I don't know who I think the Kings would decide on that third year, if I'm not mistaken. It's not listed as a player option, so I would assume that DeMar is signed for that third season unless the Kings don't want him in that third season. And as currently constructed, it is a $10 million third year that can go up to 12 mil if he makes one all-star team in the years in between. It can go up to 14 million if he makes both all-stars. And then again, yes, it becomes a 100% fully guaranteed deal if the Kings reach the finals and DeMar plays 60 games in those 2 years leading up. So at the very least, I would say, if I'm understanding this third year like I think I do, that is a fantastic value for DeMar DeRozan, and something that I think is just a wonderful. Okay, so it is still a $25 million salary. It's just $10 million of it's guaranteed. So yeah, I think that it's definitely a really good salary for him, and I think that that's definitely something he can live up to, and he can maybe even exceed it. I would be pretty surprised if by the end of that contract we feel like DeMar DeRozan underplayed his 25 mil per year. Yeah,
I like everything that I'm hearing, and that's why when you heard DeMar DeRozan's press conference yesterday, it was all about winning.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about now. It's about winning. It's about competing at the highest level. It's about doing something that he hasn't really been able to do the last couple of years. And really, it's not even just the last couple of years, even his time in San Antonio. So this is an opportunity for DeMar DeRozan to really have that, I guess, one last push, if you will, to compete and to make some things happen with a up-and-coming team and some players that he clearly believes in, whether it's De'Aaron Fox or Keegan Murray, all of these guys. So I think that's great stuff. Again, Monty McNair, look, he got it done. A lot of people thought, and that's what happens, right? A lot of people thought Malik Monk was gone, including Sacramento, but all of non-Sacramento thought Malik Monk was gone. Malik Monk gets re-signed, and the Kings don't really get too many flowers for that. It was just, oh well, he was comfortable there.
Right.
Now you get DeRozan on a really good deal that's just incentivized for nobody would have problems giving him this money if the Kings do what it is that he would have to do and they would have to do to get that cash. So I think that it's a great for both parties. And yeah, it just when is it November? When can this thing just start up already?
Yeah, no, I need it. I mean, we got training camps probably kicking off late September. You probably have preseason, early October. And then usually, the league season will start right around my birthday, around the 24th to the 28th is usually when the Kings will get their first game in. And can't wait, man. Yeah, it can't come soon enough. And unfortunately, now we have to just talk about the what ifs, the potentials, what we thinks. But I cannot wait to see these guys actually on the floor. I can't wait for training camp to see DeMar in that Kings uniform for the first time. And yeah, I'm just excited to hear how this team meshes together on the floor. And they got some time, which is definitely the good thing here is they have some time to work out during the off season, get to know each other a little bit better. I would hope that DeMar picks hopefully De'Aaron, but really it could be anybody on the team to work out with throughout the summer just to get a better relationship, to kind of get that on-court chemistry a bit up. I think that this is going to be a really big off season for the Kings. And I think it's just the beginning, man. I think that we're still early in this thing. And, we have 2 open roster spots right now. And I think a lot of people see the roster imbalance. I feel like this is only the beginning of what this team is going to shape out to be.
Yeah. And if you have those questions, just remember when you go through all the other teams and the rest of the West that there really, to your point, Chris, there really is no perfect team. And maybe one of these days we'll go through all the issues that these other teams have. I know it's a big bad wolf, or they seem to be the big bad wolf, but they do have some issues. For the Timberwolves, Chris, they still only really have, you have 2 scorers. Yeah. You have 2 really good scorers in Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. And now you add a rookie in Rob Dillingham. I have no clue what Rob Dillingham is going to do his first year. So all of these teams, and we can go through them, all these teams have question marks, whether they are big or small. The question mark for the Kings, you just want to make sure that continues to shrink. This is from the 530, Chris. Would you like to see Fox's assists increase as his career continues? Nash only averaged 7 to 8 assists with Dallas before he went to Phoenix. Can that be Fox?
I don't think so. It just doesn't really feel like that's kind of naturally his bag. Like it feels like he's always been more of a score first kind of guy. And it's not that he doesn't pass or doesn't have vision or isn't a playmaker at all. It's just, I think De'Aaron is always going to try and opt to be that 20 plus per game scorer. And, Steve Nash, he was just such a natural, floor general. I just don't think that's really De'Aaron's bag.
Yeah. There are days when De'Aaron cooks and he's slinging the rock all around the place. But yeah, it's hard to do it all. Yeah. As we say before, totally. There are pass first point guards. There are kind of score
especially
first point guards.
Especially with how much Sabonis' role in this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's really not an indictment on De'Aaron though, because he can do both. There are definitely a lot of point guards out there that are not close to De'Aaron Fox as far as that balance. He's not pass first, but he definitely isn't a black hole when he gets the rock. There are some assists that I guess aren't all created equal though, Chris. Because when I think about a Luka, I don't think Luka. How much are you attributing Luka's assist numbers to his? I gotta be careful. I know you're a Luka guy. To his vision versus just when teams decide to sell out. Because a lot of times with the double teams, it's a pass before the pass. I just get confused sometimes with usage.
Yeah, I think you can't say like Luka is a floor general in the sense of he's waiting for cutters.
I guess that's what I mean.
Kind of thing. Yeah, but he's definitely to recognize where the double's coming from in real time. No, I think Luka's definitely a really good playmaker, and I think his vision is definitely everything that people make it out to be. I think that that's legitimate, and like I think it's pretty special. I won't say generational, but I do think that Luka's passing vision is, I mean, maybe you can say generational because I think it's up there with LeBron's playmaking ability. And you don't see Anthony Edwards making the reads that Luka does.
That's a great point. Yeah, and I guess it's the conversation of, all right, let's keep De'Aaron Fox's scoring and then add Tyus Jones's passing. It just doesn't typically, it's hard to do both.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody really does that anymore. And if anything, like De'Aaron and players like De'Aaron, their scoring comes first, and then, even Luka. Yeah, like the passing, the playmaking comes off of, oh, this dude is such a good scorer, I'm doubling him, and that leaves somebody open for him to be a good playmaker, where traditionally, again, he's going to look for the shot first, but if you're going to double him and leave a teammate open, he's going to have the ability to find that. But not everybody has that ability. Joel Embiid, it's been the thing that's killed him every year in the playoffs, is you obviously can't deal with Joel one-on-one, so you double him in the post. Joel's really struggled to find the open man, and sometimes he gets bottled up and will bring the ball down and get it stripped, and so it's just not a thing that everybody has, and De'Aaron definitely has it a bit, but it's not quite to the level of some other really, really talented players in this league.
Before we get to the other side and have some fun with these quarterback breakdowns, Jordan McLaughlin had his basketball camp, his second annual J-Mac camp.
Okay.
And Chris, I'll give you one guess, and you're not going to get this, right?
Okay.
If you were to guess one, technically now, and I'm saying that to try to give you a hint, technically former King.
Okay.
Who do you think pulled up to help out? No, but you're on the right track.
She said technically a former King. Vince
Carter.
Yeah, Vince Carter.
No, that's no. Like I said,
Langston
Chris was
Galloway.
warm. You're getting ice cold here.
Let's see here. Technically a former King. Who is Kessler Edwards?
Yes. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, we'll look up if they know each other from a past life. But Kessler Edwards pulled up to help out with the kiddos. Jordan McLaughlin and
Where did
Kessler
Jordan
Edwards
go to school?
Yeah, there you go.
See here.
I believe he was a USC guy.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. Well, Pepperdine's not too far. Right?
Not too far.
Yeah,
Both
okay.
two beautiful campuses.
Beautiful. That's all I hear about.
Coming up
Well,
next,
USC,
which
not so much.
QB impresses you the most? We have some audio, and we'll have some fun with that. Then we break down who is the best team in California, and it's not just basketball, all around best team in California. And we give you our pregame breakdown of the Battle of NorCal. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
If you're looking to get a new car, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Sure, you love your old car, but you know it's not normal to give instructions on how to open the window. It should be self-explanatory, but it's not. And notice how when you're in other people's cars, you can feel cushion in the seats? That's pretty nice, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renters and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new car. It's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Sacktown Sports.
Check us out on YouTube. Search Sacktown Sports and subscribe.
All right, Nate. And by the way, congrats to what was the winner's name, Nate?
Make one up.
David. It was David.
Oh,
David.
I do have something to add. So earlier in the show, we went a little off the rails with Kevin Huerter, correct?
No, I don't know.
If that clip is on YouTube right now, it's doing well. We're happy about it. You can check that out. It's us talking about Kevin Huerter and Monty McNair and the conspiracies behind it. But there's a comment I was reading on there.
Oh, no.
One of the comments says, he sounds like me when I'm trying to make a trade in fantasy football, talking about Monty McNair. And I think that hits it right on the head, what we were talking about. That's what I was trying to convey.
Yeah.
I was trying to be like, Monty is out here just hyping up his guys to make a move. That's all. I don't want to get too far into it, but I really enjoyed that comment.
Yeah. That's my favorite part of fantasy football is like, yeah, you're clearly trying to trade somebody, but you're like, dude, no. But like, what you don't understand is he's the second running back, but if he goes out, they got nobody else.
And look at his schedule.
Dude, that's my favorite. Look at the schedule, bro. Like, they play the worst run defenses in the league in the playoffs. Like, yeah, he he's not doing well now, but look at his playoff schedule, bro. It's crazy. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor right now.
I don't even want to get rid of him, but I have to.
I have to. I have too many.
You know how many people want him right now, bro?
It's crazy. My phone, it's fine. Like, Rick's hitting me up right now. I can go talk to him, but yeah,
Rick's the worst.
Dude, he's the worst.
Rick is the worst.
But he's good for leverage.
Rick is always good.
Rick is great for leverage.
You're like,
Rick
is willing to give me Justin Jefferson right now for my backup running back. So, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm letting you know before I make the deal.
There you go. All right, Nate, we're handing it over to you.
Okay.
This is from Hard Knocks. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, Hard Knocks has taken you ahead of or behind the scenes of the draft process, not just once they get to training camp. And I haven't watched the episode yet, but it's all over social media. You have Dayball and the Giants interviewing these different quarterbacks. So we wanted to have a little bit of fun with it, play it. Guess who it is who impresses us the most?
Just who impresses us the most, a blind quarterback taste test, if you will.
Okay. Yeah. So I have 3 quarterbacks here. 3 pieces of audio of Brian Dayball essentially in a room with these guys with a whiteboard.
Yep.
Asking them questions. It's a variety of questions. It's not all the same thing, but we're going to start here with
it's also the top 3 quarterbacks. It's Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
So it honestly doesn't matter if we recognize the voice or anything because we're going off of who straight up gives us the best answers in this audio.
If we hear cheers, though, we know it's Caleb Williams. Okay. All right, here we go.
So let's say this before you go to the next one. You have one play that you can run, pass play, and you have to run that play anytime you want to run a pass in the game. So if there's 70 plays in a game and there's 45 passes, you have to run this one play every time. You got it in your head? You know the play you want?
Yeah, let's do it.
Draw it up.
So I'm going empty. We have this guy right here. It's a fade, stick, 10-yard spot. They go cover 2.
Yep.
He can keep his skin inside of him. He can't come across the field.
So at number 3, was that hard for you relative to the range of a safety instead of being at number 2 running that inside fade?
No.
You were able to get it up and down and beat that safety?
Yeah.
Do you ever throw any back shoulders on those?
Yeah.
When I had Favre, we used to run this play a bunch.
Go have some time. 4 versus 11.
He would see, even if it was zone, he would feel that defender.
Yeah.
If he could rifle it in on that inside seam, he would just, if he stopped, he drill it to him.
Okay, that's our number 1.
Okay.
So
good stuff there.
Pretty detailed breakdown,
decent,
I'd say.
Also, kind of feels like he's getting a scouting report there. I'm pretty sure that's Caleb Williams, and it kind of sounds like to me, Brian Daboll was like, "So what do you like to run? Because when we play you, I would like to know. I'm giving you one play. What's your favorite play? What are your favorite routes?"
That's excellent thinking, Chris. That didn't even cross my mind because he knew, like, hey, we're not getting Caleb.
No, exactly.
So let me find out his strength and how I can work around that when we do win a team that we're gonna play. Yeah, all right.
Crazy.
All right, so here's number 2. It's a little bit shorter this time.
Hey Jay, erase that Z, make him the F. Erase the X and make him the Z. Erase the W, make him the X. Erase the T and make him the H. Ready?
Yep.
Gun trolley right, 64 house X in. Give it back to me. Nope, don't look at it.
Oh, you want me to
give it back to me how we call it?
The whole play?
Yeah.
Gun trolley right, house F in.
Okay, X in.
X in.
That's okay. And then if it's cover 1, what do we want you to do? Probably.
Throw a touchdown.
All right, I like that answer.
Okay. He gave the first
I'm just
time
gonna vibe it.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, I thought Dayball really did like the answer. Listening it back now, watching it again, I don't think he enjoyed that answer at all.
Okay. He read right through it. It was very clear he didn't have an answer, and he was like, I'm just going to give a witty,
To be fair, Dayball is not used to having his quarterback throw touchdowns.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, I like that answer.
Yeah, he doesn't really throw
He's
the
like,
ball.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
All right, number 3. Here we go,
Okay.
gentlemen.
Right, 72, Tundra, float, H angle.
Gun Dolphin right, 72. Tundra, float, H angle.
Yeah, so Tundra stands for what?
200.
200, and what does float stand for?
It's got the corner of the out. And
Flag. We call it a flag,
Flag,
so
okay.
I mean, we end up saying corner flag, but it's
Flag
flag.
with the
So
out,
flag,
and
and the
H
angle
angle.
is an angle. You got me on that?
Easy stuff.
Then you use Rita to the right, Linda to the left. It was a flip formation. Good?
Rita to the right, Linda to the left.
72, 5-man protection, slide to the will. So if the strength of the formation is right, what formation is that again?
Yeah, Gun Dolphin right.
Yeah, right. He's there. The will's over there. The line would slide there. We'd say 72 Rita.
72 Rita. Gotcha.
So let's say this before you go to the next one.
What?
Yeah, I will say it's not really fair because that was like positive music underneath it, so it's kind of swaying you emotionally. But yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. That is just a bunch of jargon, to put it lightly.
I feel like they were different situations.
They were. They definitely were.
Different questions. Yeah, different
Asking
scenarios.
to do different things.
Definitely. The Caleb Williams, which was the first one, sticks out significantly now, knowing that it seems like he's playing mind games, whatever the podcast is called. Mind the games with him. I will say Dayball comes off incredibly well in these clips. He seems really knowledgeable. He did steal Coach of the Year from Shanahan, but this clip kind of makes me understand, like, we've seen very incompetent coaches on Hard Knocks. I'm thinking, I know it wasn't head coach, but the dude from Cleveland who's like in the war, they would get trench foot and their feet would fall off. And Dayball seems extremely knowledgeable.
We call that a flag.
Call that a flag. Yeah.
We call it a flag.
Corner flag.
We call it a corner flag.
Tundra.
But this is what's happening now. You want to go, where are our tinfoil hats? So we have the initial, this is what annoys me about all this. And I know
think quarterback 3 impressed me the most.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But this is what I'm saying. It's about Jaden Daniels. This is what's going on right now. That now they're saying Jaden Daniels going to be a bust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the conversation.
There's been a lot
now.
of things that have leaned in that direction, though.
I liked Drake Mays was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The music really like has that like emotional weight to it that pushes you the way they want it. And that I know that has to do with the show and making a show.
Right.
But Drake May, he did seem kind of like he just regurgitated.
Yeah, he just said, easy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But Jaden Daniels didn't do that.
It was a different question.
But he still got but it really wasn't. He gave him a play, had him recite it back. Jaden Daniels recited it wrong back to him.
Yeah.
And then asks him a question about the play, and he doesn't answer a question about the play. He instead is cute and says throw a touchdown.
So
instead
here you
of
go.
actually answering the question.
You're gonna love this. And now all of my new Raider fans, and don't listen to Dave, by the way.
Yeah.
If listen to the show, but he's the booger.
Yeah.
This is the initial tweet. This is some dude who does NFL films. His name is Joe, film guy, and he has a podcast.
Joe film guy. It's crazy.
The point is that it's going viral, right? And this is some real bad board work by Jaden Daniels. Forgot the play, missed the read, clearly overwhelmed. Awful pro day, awful interviews, and it all showed up on tape. How did this guy get drafted so far, so high? Then you have a Raider fan, and I can't wait to tell you this. Oh, I can't wait. Dang, maybe we dodged a bullet. This makes him seem, air quotes, I'm quoting, dumb or careless, but all caps. This could have been a way of him trying to fall to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's what I'll say too. Yeah. Again, with the editing, as someone who does stuff like this, they could just be picking the worst and best just to make certain things, play out certain narratives.
Yeah.
This isn't fair. I would definitely not take any of this too literal, too real. Just I mean, Drake May could have said something very silly too.
That's what I'm saying.
They left it out.
But I will say that this all plays into what we heard in the pre-draft. Like Drake May was everyone was very impressed by Drake May's mind, and a lot of people to that Joe camera dude,
Joe
Film bro.
Man. He's popular.
I think there was a lot of questions about Jaden Daniels and his actual football IQ, like somebody who runs upright instead of preparing to get hit. Like, I think that it kind of plays into all the narratives. And then, I guess to Nate's point, there is a clip that also was kind of circulating about immediately after that clip is shown where they show the three quarterbacks. They then show the Giants saying, oh, that's the Patriots over there. I'm going to go tell them if they have any interest in moving on from number 3, we want to be a part of that phone call. And so I think it's all kind of setting up the narrative of these guys were going to try and make a move for Drake May at 3.
I'm reading all the comments from the NFL's post of the Jaden Daniels, and
not good for Jaden.
So you could tell who our command is Jaden.
Jaden. God, I can't do
I know. Then
there's
we added
McDaniels,
Yes.
Jaden McDaniels.
And now there's Jalen. Yeah. There's a lot. And you can tell, there are a lot of people saying he'll be a QB, and then someone saying, bro couldn't even recite an easy play. Yeah, Commanders are cooked. But it's a mixed bag. It is a mixed bag. Look,
we'll see.
He just wanted to go to the Raiders.
That's what it was.
I bet Jameis Winston couldn't do that either, but the man can throw 30 touctouchdowns.
Speaking of,
not really
what was that cognitive test that CJ Stroud did terrible on?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Somebody was saying that I guess they used to play quarterback, and they said that I guess quarterbacking is a lot different than back in their day.
I could guess. So what
did this guy play in middle school?
What was all that language though? Okay.
Where's the banana?
Right.
Where's the Y2
I get
banana?
it. You're associating the letter with right, left. So
tell us more, Nate.
Yeah, okay.
Tell us more. Coming up next.
Cover 2.
Okay, the Z becomes the X,
bubble blitz,
the Y.
Bubble blitz
okay,
flag.
The Y becomes the X.
Yeah.
The X becomes the A.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who is the best team in California? Not just basketball, all sports. And we get you ready for the battle of NorCal. Stiles and Watkins, Sac Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow. Provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting. Endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere. Certainly not in California. Not even one piece. Good news? If we work together, we will change it all. Clean California. Zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Jerry and Kenny here.
When you call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up, repair, or replacement, let me tell you what you can expect. Clean. Our technicians will show up in a company truck that's clean inside and out. They'll be wearing a clean uniform and ring your doorbell with clean hands. The technician will be clean cut, background checked, drug tested, and trustworthy to enter your home. They'll put on clean shoe covers and put down drop cloths in all work areas. That's right, to make sure your home stays clean. And when the work is complete, they'll tidy up and leave the work area cleaner than they found it. Call us neat freaks. Call us spick and span. Call us tidy, pristine, and immaculate. But whatever you do, call Bell Brothers for an AC tune-up and repairs, because with us, you can count on it being clean. Call us at 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT Turbo Max. In stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from. Exclusive.
All in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. 7/31/24.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Got beats.
Sacktown Sports. Call or text at 916-339-1140.
What's so funny, man? Some roster changes for the Battle of NorCal today. From Sean Cunningham, Kings will send Isaiah Crawford, Boogie Ellis, Keon Ellis, Colby Jones, Isaac Jones, Mason Jones, and Drew Timme. Drew Timme, the fan favorite. Don't let him go off tonight. I'm telling you that right now. And I actually want him to, because I can't wait for the calls and the texts tomorrow.
Insane.
Drew Timme. So they are headed to San Francisco for the Battle of NorCal tonight in that Mitch Richmond Trophy, the first one of its kind.
It was a bracket thing, because if the Kings lost last night.
No. I don't. It's just a game.
It's just a game.
Oh,
it is just a single game.
You know, Drew Timme.
Why did they get the?
What'd you say?
He's 6'10".
Yeah.
Why
it wasn't height that was an issue for him. It was just kind of like his footwork or his
I'm telling you, Chris,
feet.
I'm going to text you if Drew Timme plays well.
Go ahead.
You're not going to like the show tomorrow.
He is going to be. He's the most summer league player ever. Like, he's in his third summer league.
He's 23. He's 23.
You're saying that like it's young
enough. Young enough.
I don't think
Don't
so.
let him go off. I'm so excited for tonight. I'm so excited.
Why are they competing for a trophy is what I'm trying to ask. Like,
it's just fun, Nate.
So why are these the two teams though that are competing for the trophy?
Because they're the California Classic.
Oh,
They
I
host
thought
the
it.
Cal Classic.
Okay, I thought every team was involved.
Who could have figured that one out?
I don't know.
Well, to be fair, it could be
genius.
That's what they call the Battle of NorCal. Do not let Drew Timme go off tonight, Chris. I'm very excited. Can we do prop? Is there prop talk? Can we see if that's available?
There's 0% chance. If you are doing any sort of summer league betting, you have first off, you have a family, Alan. Please don't do it.
It's not me.
We're not stupid, Alan.
Please.
Look, it's been so long. Oh, I gotta log back.
Thank God. My goodness. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the board.
I would really, really hope not. And if you are putting any sort of props on any sort of summer league action, get some help.
There
please.
definitely is action tonight.
Get some help. Get some.
Mason Jones, 12.5 points.
No, it's not.
Drew Timme, guess his line. Points. Guess his line.
9.
Chris on the dot.
8.5. Easy.
Jeez. All right, what do we got?
16.5.
I'm locked out of my count.
That's good. You're banked.
Oh
my God.
Drew Timmy, take the over.
Oh, yeah.
8.5. How many rebounds for Drew?
I don't think they let you do rebounds. It's just point. But last one, pods.
Oh, pods?
It
Oh, that's
better
going to be 20.
17.5.
Yeah.
You guys are both way too high on this guy. It is 15.5.
Way too high. An extra point. Extra 2 points.
Okay.
Way too high.
I am very excited for the Battle of NorCal.
Me too, man.
Oh, man. He's going to go crazy, though. This
All
is
right.
his game. Like, this is where he's going to shine.
So, Chris, I'm going to throw to you.
Yep. Okay.
You wanted to do pound for pound best
Can you
team
give the
in
updated
California.
rosters first? The Kings. Oh, you already did. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Okay. Yes, that's my bad. I was going to say Keon Ellis.
That's a
Keon
great call.
Ellis tonight. Big Keon game. This is giving me shades of Davion Mitchell versus James Bouknight all those summer leagues ago when everyone was like, or even Davion Mitchell against Peyton Pritchard is probably the better comp. Peyton Pritchard had just dropped, I think, a 50 piece in a Pro-Am game and then came back for the Celtics Kings summer league title game just to play in that one game. Very similar vibes to this, and I'm hoping Keon Ellis makes sure that Brandon Pajemski knows this ain't Team USA, boy.
That's right.
This is the battle in NorCal.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. You know, and
I'm
you know,
ready.
and Trace Jackson Davis, he's going to be trying to do
Get
his
outta here.
thing too.
15 points flat.
Really? Oh, that's
What was Keon's?
Keon 16.5, the highest I'm seeing. Dude, why
Under?
Why is
I to say that too.
why is Mason Jones 12.5 points?
Why do you hate it?
What is
do you
your
hate
deal?
Mason Jones? What's the problem?
We're trying to
It's
get him on the
freaking
show.
summer
Can you
league.
handle it? Can you figure it out?
Can I handle what?
We don't know.
We
Somebody
literally
with positive
don't
energy.
know. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody with positive
Somebody
energy.
who's smiling in this
Yeah.
building.
Can you handle that, Nate?
Can you handle it?
You take it.
Best team in
Jeez.
California, pound
Yeah,
for pound.
Pound for pound.
Are we talking franchise? Are we talking team right now? Like, what's the guidelines?
I think it's just a power ranking.
Yeah.
You know? It's
Oh, right
where
now?
they're at right now. Yeah.
Well, I'd say no questions asked. The San Francisco 49ers. If they're pretty much the best team in the
Are
NFL.
we sure the Dodgers? Are we
It's
sure it's
probably
not
the
the Dodgers?
Niners or the Dodgers.
Are we sure it's not the Dodgers? They got Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei.
Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Trent Williams, Nick
Mookie
Bosa,
Betts, Shohei
Fred Warner.
Ohtani, and Freddie.
I
They
mean-
have 3 MVPs on their team,
Yeah.
and we haven't even mentioned any of the
Niners have
pitchers.
2. Almost wannabe MVPs.
You know? What's how the do we
best
feel like the
team-
Dodgers are?
If you had to put,
performing
okay,
to-
if hypothetically you're putting your last dollar, okay,
Yep.
to
Oh.
save your family
Now this is
on a
relatable.
team
Yep.
to
not
win,
who goes the furthest. No,
to win the
Okay.
championship
Okay.
of their league. Who
I
are you
think
putting it on?
I would probably put the Niners in
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah.
Over the Dodgers.
I think so.
Mhm.
Even though the
Then it's
Niners
the
are,
Niners.
but I think the Dodgers are the better team. You know, I think that they might have the better regular season roster. It's
Yeah.
just we know that those fools are built like that in terms
Yes.
of
But so are the
all they do
Niners.
is choke.
But so-
that's the problem.
Who has a more
But at
recent
least the Niners-
championship?
At least
But
the
who has a-
Niners get there.
But who has a more recent championship?
But they've been there more times.
Okay.
You know?
Are the
They
Sharks
won
good?
2020? You want to count that? So you're counting that 2020
I don't have a choice.
Well, hey,
If
everybody.
my family's on the line, yeah. I like my family.
They're cool. You
They're
know,
cool
Yeah.
people.
All right.
They're cool people.
Well, if you're doing of all time, I think it's easily the Lakers, right? The greatest franchise, California, right? Second most NBA
Yeah, I
titles.
would
It's like
guess, yeah.
way too many. And then
I mean, the Niners, even then, have a shout. They have a shout.
they have a
shout.
chance.
they have a shout, yeah, but I really do. I mean, it's got. I was about to say, look at all the Hall of Famers in the Lakers. Look at all the Hall of Famers in the Niners. It's
You know,
insane. but
Probably the Lakers, but it's really close.
I think the conversation starts to get interesting in both of them when you start to get to like 3 and 4, and then the bottom on all. I mean, the A's and Angels are gonna be down there, right?
Yeah.
Like
A's
bottom
have 35 wins, I think, right now.
currently, yeah.
A's
So,
have 34. Angels have 37
Yeah.
as currently constructed.
Giants, they
They're in the middle.
They get mentioned.
They're healthy in the middle.
They're not at the
The
bottom.
Rams are right in the middle.
Shoot, if we're doing all sports,
The Giants are ahead of the Rams.
Sharks are probably near the bottom right now.
Yeah.
I think Chargers.
Kings are Los Angeles Kings always.
Yeah.
Always are in the mix.
Yeah, I saw they had 44 wins this year. They have 80. They play 82. So that's around where I think the Kings had 40.
So you're saying
wins.
currently?
Yes. Yeah.
Then,
as it
yeah,
currently
it's
is standing.
It's
a Niner. It's no question.
I don't think it's no question because we have questions.
Yeah, it's the Dodgers.
I just don't like baseball.
That's fine.
That's fine. I mean, I think in terms of league dominance, I would say it's the Niners, but I just think the Dodgers, they feel like they could be the most, like, I mean, the Niners, yeah, they were the most dominant team in the league all year, it felt like, and then came up short. It feels like the Dodgers are kind of playing the course right now, and then they could maybe separate later. So I don't want to take their current record too much in the stand.
And by the way, I do know that there are some Dodgers Niner fans out there. I don't get it.
Weird.
Whoa.
That is so
It's a
weird.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
What
and
is that?
I don't get it.
Yeah, that's
What is that?
I don't know. I don't like it.
That's jail time.
I
That's
don't
not
like
cool.
it.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. But
I would probably have I think Rams are probably third.
I think
after those two, if we're gonna set those two as the clear hierarchy, I would think I'd probably have the Rams next.
Just a recent Super Bowl.
Yeah, recent Super Bowl, and I
They
think
got
that their
stars.
team is decent. You can maybe do the Padres.
You could. I'd probably put the Warriors over the Rams
Right now?
Right now, the 10 seed Warriors.
What did the Rams do last season?
Yeah, no, the Rams. I think as a team,
their dominance.
The Rams have
Warriors-
more talent, and I think more. I'm just thinking Puka. I was going to say young talent, but I think being in LA helps them too.
Sure.
I think I'd take the Rams over the Warriors on this all-time franchise.
You'd have the Warriors over the Kings.
Uh,
By that logic, you'd have the Warriors over the Kings.
I'm confused now because we're bringing up past championships. I'm confused at what we're talking about. If we're talking about the current roster.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's I mean, even current roster, I would have the Rams over the Warriors, I would think.
Yeah, I would too. We were at some point recent Super Bowl came up. That's why I said
that was when we were doing Dodgers Niners. Yeah. I didn't think that.
All right. The answer is the Dodgers or the Niners. That's what it is. Until it's the Kings, now that they got DeMar DeRozan.
They're close. They're getting close.
And
Kings will be second.
They
Right
could.
behind the Niners.
Why don't you worry about getting it done, finishing the job?
Okay, Raider fan.
No, I'm just saying. You're running out of time here. But the time is just starting for Crosstalk with the Drive Guys. Whitey Gleason, Kyle Draper, Stiles and Watkins, Sacktown Sports.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives are spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car. Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duct wash and get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
18 number ones.
What was I thinking?
Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now, Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by Bonnie Electrical Heating and Air and the U.S. Marines.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spa's Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
This is Sacktown Sports.
All right, guys, we have an answer here, and we have to figure out whether we're going to allow this or not. From the last segment we were discussing, and Whitey Gleason is joining us.
What's
Drive
the question?
Guys.
You said we have an answer. What's the question?
Why don't you let me get to it?
Okay, all right.
This is about the Niners and the Dodgers situation. The Niners and the Dodgers situation, and Niners and Dodgers and that fandom. So this is from the 760. Okay, grew up in the LA area, diehard Lakers and Dodgers fans. Rams left, and when they came back, I moved away. Wife is 49ers fans, and now we live in the hometown. The family roots for the 49ers, Lakers, and we keep Dodgers and Giants separate. So basically, they became Niners fans when the Rams left.
Interesting.
Allow that?
I feel like, well, I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to hold this guy hostage or anything. I feel like a lot of people went the route after the Rams left the first time.
Right.
So I feel like that's just pretty uncommon, but he's saying he left LA as well, right?
Yes.
In the intermediate. So
yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
But I'm telling
that's a pretty
you,
specific situation.
I saw someone a couple days ago say they were posting about the Giants, but then they said, but I know all you Dodger fans are also Niner fans, so I'll see you during football season. Yeah, I guess that's the thing.
Okay. I hate those house divided flags. It's always upsets me.
I saw one a couple days ago.
Yeah.
A's Giants, house divided.
That's fine. Some of them are a little wild. Like how is this? How did you two? Yeah, Lakers Dodgers or Dodgers Giants. I'm like, how did this? I guess
I told you about the one that I see on.
My sister are Laker and Kings fans, so I can't really talk. But
your brother-in-law's a Lakers fan.
He is. Yeah.
Is he from LA?
He is. Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah. I told you about.
He's also like a legit Laker.
What is that? The Garden Highway. I told you about that flag, the Niners Cowboys flag.
Yeah, dude, that person. I'm out.
That is so cursed. That's insane.
Out. I saw Niners Seahawks, and I almost kicked a car. Yeah, it was on a license plate cover.
What?
Yeah, I swear I have a picture on my phone somewhere. Don't make me find it.
You know Garden Highway, how it's raised? The houses, they're below us, but I might have to drive down there and get a close-up picture.
Yeah.
Go live on Instagram.
Could be dangerous, but yeah, sure.
I will.
Good luck.
Why are you excited for the Battle of NorCal?
I'm really a little more excited in the battle for North America. USA.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, hold on. We're a sports show.
Somebody brought up
MSNBC earlier. We don't want that smoke. We don't want the problems.
Canada against USA.
Yeah, that's right.
Big.
Well,
That's
what about
right.
Mexico? They just get no say in it. You know, no.
What
It's like
time?
the world
What time?
champion.
How do those times line up? Are we going to be able to watch both?
7:30. The games are at 7:30. Both between
Battle of NorCal and
Oh yeah, I think so. I think one's at 7 and one's at 7.
Yeah, the USA Canada 7:30. This is exciting and everything, and Pajemski's playing in this game because they want to win the trophy. But it's summer league, and I think it's disrespectful to Mitch Richmond, who was a great player, to name the trophy after him.
Oh wow!
It should be like, who else has played for both teams? It should be like the Willie Cauley-Stein Trophy.
Okay.
Or,
It could be the Jason Thompson.
Exactly.
Who's somebody who Willie's a good one because he spent time.
JaVale
McGee, Dante
Matt
DiVincenzo, Matt Barnes.
Do the Buddy Hield Trophy now.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah. Matt Barnes. That feels right.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he won a championship there, right? Didn't he?
JaVale. I think it's the JaVale Trophy.
Yeah. By the way, in the history of the Sacramento franchise, going back to Cincinnati, Rochester, Kansas City, in the history of the Warriors, do you know who has the most win shares of anybody who played for both franchises? One guess. In the history.
Who has the most win shares
of somebody who played for both teams.
Not combined win
Mitch
shares.
is way up. Yeah, combined.
Okay.
Mitch is way up there. There's only one guy, I think, with more. And you know who it is.
Well,
I've been banging the drum on this guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like the obvious answer would be Chris Webber.
But it's Jerry Lucas.
Yeah.
Come
exactly.
on.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get this number retired.
Crazy,
right, Chris?
Man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is
Yeah.
really
Right, Allen?
insane.
Come on
He's just been
board,
forgotten
Allen.
in history.
I'm on board.
Come on. We got Tiny Archibald up there. We got Lacey's up there.
Yeah.
Why can't we get a little Jerry Lucas? It's crazy, man.
I'm working on it.
We get a Ring of Honor or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, to me, they're playing for the Willie Cauley-Stein Trophy tonight.
Yeah.
So that's not
Do you
nothing.
actually think it's disrespectful to Mitch Richmond, or are you being?
Well, I mean, he's more worthy of something, bigger than this. It's not even. It's just a summer league game.
Yeah,
it's not even the championship of the tournament or anything.
Didn't the Giants and A's just make a trophy for their series, like their regular series? Like I think it's the NBC Sports.
It's the
trophy,
Babe Ruth
right?
Trophy.
Yeah.
Jay and I were talking.
Because I feel like they could do that with the regular season for the Kings and Warriors.
That trophy, by the way, is made out of pieces of the old Bay Bridge. And Brody
Is it
Brazil
actually?
was on with us.
Oh, that's awesome.
A few months ago, and he told us he was driving around. He had to get like a crane or something to get the pieces and that they made it out of. But yes, that's made out of the old Bay Bridge.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just do something like that for the regular season. To your point, don't make this a summer league thing. If you're going to do a trophy for NorCal, have it be given to the winner of whoever wins the most games.
Make
of
it
the
out
Kings
of
and
a
Warriors.
chunk of asphalt in Fairfield on 80 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Shoe that got lost at the Vallejo Six Flags or something.
Yeah.
Should be something.
I like that. I'm excited for tonight. There's some good ball tonight.
All right.
There's a lot of good ball.
There's gonna be ball. I don't know if it's gonna be good.
Drew
on either
Timmy.
side.
Remember the name? You heard of him?
Come on, USA, Canada, baby.
Yeah,
That's
we'll watch
big.
that too. Yeah.
I am way more
I
excited.
got two
about
guys I want to
USA,
watch:
Canada.
Drew Timmy and Dylan Brooks. That's
There
it.
you go.
That is a cursed timeline. That is not what I will be watching for.
I had
Those are actually the two that I am actively not watching.
After the show today, that's just a perfect way to end it. Drew Timmy, and Dylan Brooks. That's it.
If you let it end
when
like
we talk
that.
to our boss later,
Yeah.
how was the show? Drew Timmy
and
Dylan Brooks.
Brooks.
That's actually perfect, right, Nate?
Sure.
Perfect. There we go. Awesome.
Thank you for listening to Stiles and Watkins. You have the Drive Guys coming up next with Whitey Gleason and Kyle Draper. Thank you to Nate. Thank you to all the callers, texters, sack chatters. Until tomorrow, enjoy Drew Timmy and your Sacramento Kings in the Battle of NorCal. And Team USA is playing too. Until tomorrow, secure the bag, light the beam.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Keegan going for another triple.